It's the PK and DK show.
Please stand by. Stand on the air next. Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by on the air
It's
next.
the PK and DK show.
Please stand by.
Now it's time to go online. Hello, it's all about the internet.
www.pkndk.com. Forget.
The PK and DK show. Your average everyday couple who fight and make up on YouTube. Welcome to our dysfunctional life.
Right on cue.
Everybody!
Right on cue. We have Elia in the chat saying right on time.
Oh my God. 7:30 Mountain Time. Right? There we go.
You know, welcome to the show. How the hell are you guys? Sorry for the little delay. Can only do so much, you know. Got to make the money. When I say that, I'm not making any money. So Denise is, and
Yeah.
you know, got a little stuck.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'm here, ready to rock and roll.
I don't want to say which office. That's, by the way, why I couldn't post the show last week.
Well,
I got a little too loose talk
Okay.
on the show. Got a little too crazy. Dropped a certain name one too many times, and then got in trouble. She was like, "You gotta go back and bleep it." I'm like, "I can't do that."
I mean, now that you say it's going to
crazy.
make it even more awkward. So
Well, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying the
I
name.
know you're not saying it the name now, and everyone could put two and two together, and everybody
Oh, well,
that is
there
like,
go.
you know, a listener since day one. Oh, geez, they all know. But I'm just saying, don't specifically say
You
anything.
keep a trill up in this bitch.
Don't say that won't be nothing. Everybody.
Oh, the heck are you guys? Let me bring up the chat. I'm sorry. I'm still very disheveled.
Disheveled.
What is the
disheveled?
No, not disheveled.
Disorientated?
What do I belong on a shelf? Am I an elf?
No.
Where is hold on.
Wrong again.
There we go. Oh, little bright guy. He probably sounds like wrong again.
Yeah.
Wrong
I
again.
was gonna
How
say
old is
that
he
has
now?
definitely changed.
I don't have to keep tracks of his age and birthdays anymore since he's not here. So I don't care.
Okay, I mean,
Whatever.
Still like, you know.
Anyway,
A kid.
nice to see y'all in the chat.
Hey,
Thank you so
peeps.
much for joining us, even though we're like, I don't know, 15 hours late now. Appreciate you guys still, dropping by the show. We'll do a little loose show tonight. There's a few things we need to talk about here and there. Also, last week I did say that I had... I wanted to run my idea by you guys, and I needed some honest people
Yeah.
to tell me if it's a good or bad idea. I don't know if I'm ready just yet. I mean, I
Okay.
am ready.
I feel like you have shared it with other people.
I haven't shared with
besides
anybody.
Not one person?
No.
You sure?
No.
Okay.
Who do you think I shared it with?
Chantel?
Nah.
Oh.
She don't know.
Okay.
She know nothing.
I don't know. I feel like I'm out of the loop now. Like we used to be like a foursome. That sounds weird, but like always hanging out. And now all of a sudden she's like giving you compliments. Like, oh my God, PK's
yeah,
so great.
yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah,
one
yeah.
that stood like on his toes for the finale and doing all these great things, doing Legree. And I'm like, what is this? And like no
Yeah.
one gave you your flowers, as people say. Great job doing that.
What is? I've never heard that. What?
You have to
what?
give yourself flowers, like appreciation and like your props. It's like the
nah, I'm good.
2024 thing to say.
Oh, it is.
You gotta share
That's
flowers.
a stupid thing to say.
Well, I mean, talk to
That
ESPN.
somebody's
and
just got to say. There's like a
reporters.
lot of stupid phrases and sayings that are just like,
Yeah.
you know, at some point there's some good ones that come out and you're like, oh yeah, but then there's some stupid ass
Like what?
I don't know. There was something on a TV show the other day and you were like, oh, that's the one, like Delivered or something.
Demure.
Like
That's old now.
Demir's a name, I think, from the Middle East. Don't be racist.
That's not.
I think it's like delivered or sent or shipped or something.
No, that was like a year ago. Demure is something
Stupid.
else that just came about like 3 months ago. But you're very like.
Demir's
old.
an actual phrase?
Yeah, correct.
That's stupid.
Well,
That's-
that's fair. That's
that's
a fair
idiotic.
point. Yes, I couldn't agree more. But that's also like 2 weeks ago.
You want to do a little roll call
Yeah.
real quick? Please, why don't we do a roll call? Because
the
the people must be heard.
We
You
got
didn't even do it.
Jacqueline.
You got to say it with me.
checking in,
Otherwise, it sounds bad.
Okay, I thought we were flowing.
All right, go ahead.
Do you want to do it again?
Now. Over
No,
it.
it's way awkward. You're very demure, reserved. Okay. Drop it
Please
in
don't
your
use
cities.
that word. That's a stupid. I don't like that. That's annoying. I really do not like that.
We got Terry Williams. Hey, guys, checking in. Hoping to hear some good news for PK. I mean, we did talk a little bit about some news last week.
I need the Astros to win. I have like a guaranteed job, but I just need them to win the wild card series. This does not count.
They still like clinch.
It's the wild card series. They got to win 2 out of the 3 games in the first round. If they make it to the second round, I'm in like Flynn.
Who?
Flint?
Who the hell's that?
Not Flint. That's a bad water place.
Who's Flynn?
I don't know. It's an old. That's when phrases were good back in the day.
Who Flynn is. All right, keeping it moving. We got Jacqueline checking in, Sugarland, Texas. Preston saying hello. We got Tom Gerner, Central Point.
What's up, man? How you doing? How's the announcing going? Are you still doing that?
I saw him doing like a live like over the weekend.
Nice.
He says he's prepping to go to Salem tomorrow. We got Bradley Hall in Alvin, Texas. Anita in Houston. Don G 503 saying,
what's up, sir?
What up? It starts with me, by the way. We've waited a whole week. Classic PK bait and switch, rope-a-dope. I don't know what that means.
What does he?
Not quite sure. James Ruiz is in dusty Spokane, Washington. Why so dusty? You got
I think it's the fires over there.
fires up there. Yeah, we got all sorts of weather.
Oh, I don't know. You're from Oregon. You're a little redneck families with the trucks, and maybe it's just a big dirt field or something that they're driving around. Who knows? But I'm gonna guess
dirt fields.
The fires.
Okay. Kevin Halterman is okay, boomer. Don G's in Blairsville, Georgia.
I'm older than boomer.
I really enjoy Blairsville and all of that. In Georgia, up in near like LJ.
Oh, yeah.
I love that area. How are you liking it, Don G?
It was all right.
I mean, during like this time, like when the seasons are like changing, the leaves are falling, colors, popping.
Okay. I like it during like firefly season when you go out there and the sun sets and then you start seeing all the fire. And that's really only like 2 weekends out of the year, and then there are barely any, But if you hit them just right, it's really magical, like sunset, and you see them just popping everywhere. That's when I liked it there. Outside of that, it's hills. It's not really mountains.
You know what?
It's hills.
It's peaceful to me.
It is peaceful, yeah.
It is peaceful. Kevin says, Kevin Roro checking in from Puddletown, so it must be pouring rain in Portland, huh? Is that what's going on? We got Eric from MySpace in Salt Lake City. Bradley Hall, this will be 1 year out of 8 Astros don't make.
Yeah,
oh, my God. Don't make it to win a series. We're going to blame you.
Dude, I know it, man. I know it.
And
I'm telling you, you don't have to take them off just because I took it off.
No, I have something to say about my hair. So.
Oh, yeah. The root spray we had to get at the Kroger yesterday.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Next, we'll
get there. I'm still doing a roll call.
Okay. Show them the hair, though. Just
everyone can see the hair. It's
yeah,
fine.
okay.
Everyone can see it.
All right.
Joe Hammond checking in. PCB
PCP.
which stands for?
I know PCP. I don't know PCB.
Palm City? Isn't it Palm City Beach? Am I saying it wrong?
I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't think so.
PCB?
That's definitely not that.
Not PCB.
Now you've thrown me so far. You pulled Dorian where you've thrown me off so far now that I don't even. Hold on. Nobody say anything in the chat. I should know this. What's the white trash part of Florida?
Stop it! People are checking in from there.
Yeah, I know, but it's where the spring breaks happen. Panama. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to offend you guys. In Panama,
my bad.
What's the C in?
Y'all.
Panama City Beach. Okay, yeah.
I was like, is that going to get hit by the hurricane, which apparently keeps getting worse and worse
Where's the
and
hurricane?
worse?
Let me bring it up.
Hurricane, which all of a sudden, like it's saying it's going to be a Category 3, and there's something called brown, like something about like
brown.
The atmosphere and the waters and how like it's going to make landfall as a 3, but still continue to stay as a 3.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like once it hits
hey,
land, it dies down pretty much. But Category 3 is no joke.
Yeah.
So like
Florida,
scrap the in
Georgia.
I'll be honest with you. I see the track of the hurricane. I don't know where Panama City is because I know like when it comes to like Florida, I know Jacksonville, Miami, West Palm Beach, Orlando. That's pretty much it. Couldn't tell you where Panama is.
In Florida for a while?
Not in Panama City.
PCB.
The PCB, yeah. PCP and PCB.
Oh, man.
PCB, Florida. All right.
Okay, searching real quick.
I am. What else were you, is it going to get hit?
I don't know about that specifically.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get smashed. Yeah. Oh, no, it's a little to the left of the track. But, yeah, you're in for it. Where, who was that? And where are they? Do they live there?
Yeah,
are they staying at a hotel?
Joe Hammond.
Man, board up the windows.
Yeah, what's going on? I have a fellow coworker that lives in, like, Tampa. And she's like,
I think it's going right there, right?
We're just going to get rain. And I was like, I don't know about just the rain right now. But
wait, what are they telling you in PCB? And how serious are you taking the storm? Because by my calculations of looking at the map while we do the show, kind of last minute, not really knowing where anything is, I think it's going to go like right there.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah. I know he was in the chat earlier. I don't think he's in there anymore, which is kind of surprised he even popped in. But Newman was in the chat. And he told me his rule on hurricanes is he's like, category 2 or below, he's staying in town.
Yeah.
Anything above a 2, he's out.
Because he's
Forget
in Houston.
It, gone. Yeah. That's when he was saying that, like, the last one when he came to town. And then we had like a scare, but it didn't come here. But yeah, his rule is, which I think I'm going to adopt as well, 2 and under. Well, I'm actually always going to stay just because I like a good storm.
Oh, I was going to say, where else are we going to go?
2 and above. And right now, it's not looking very good for you guys because I think this one's a 3.
Oh, Joe says
so I'm kind of curious.
They're down just for vacation. Oh, my God. You know what? That reminds me. I have I have a coworker who's in the Bahamas right now. It was like some kind of event or something for work. And they're trying to get out. Everyone's trying to get out because of like this hurricane, and nobody could get flights or anything. But you don't think it's hitting there?
It's not.
I'm
the Bahamas is on the other side of Florida. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's small. It's little. I don't know. I have not been
it's
paying
not even
attention
anywhere
to
close
what
to the
exactly
Bahamas. Bahamas is on the other side.
Oh, okay,
it's
fine. Clearly.
It's a whole Florida, the whole other side.
Well, but still, and then we also have friends coming in from Atlanta this weekend.
Yeah, and they were worried about it. And I'm like, it's gonna be a bumpy flight, but like, people in Atlanta freaking out. Like, you're so far inland.
But
Put
there's
your bits
tornadoes that hit. Tornadoes will hit, and it's not that.
in.
It's also about like where the flights are coming from, of course. So if they're coming from like
that.
Florida,
I'm not saying about the flights.
and then
I'm just
you
saying
can't
like
get to Florida, and you can't get out of Florida, and your flight, there's a whole sort.
I'm saying if you're not driving distant like an hour from the beach, you ain't got nothing to worry about. By the time it gets to you, it's just gonna be windy. If you're a coastal town, you are effed. The end.
According to meteorologist PK,
according to common
who has
sense.
zero
Common
expertise
sense right
in
here.
meteorology.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, yeah. That was my roll call.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So wanted to share with you about my hair. What do you see different?
Well, I know that you did the Root City, y'all. The root spray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are watching live or like this video at a later time.
Not good.
You asked me what I'm like, okay. I felt like it would be a good time to hit that button.
I know.
Yeah.
So what's going on is it's been like 9, 10, 11, 12, doesn't matter, weeks. And so I got like this spray that always is good and no one's ever been able to tell any different. Well, that spray's like $18 and it takes a few days for me to get because I order it offline. So then I went to the grocery store, to the Kroger, and I was like, let me try this one. I was like, it's not blonde, but it's not going to be bad. Like, the darks, it's kind of in, right? It all kind of flows together. This is totally my natural hair color, by the way.
Also, isn't the root spray just like something you can get at like Party City or the
Party
Halloween?
City?
Yeah,
No.
the Halloween superstore or whatever, mega store.
No.
That's what it feels like.
It
Feels like it's makeup for your hair.
I mean, it's a concealer for the hair.
Yeah, I don't know.
cover-up.
I mean,
It's
like
a
if you're like
cover-up.
devastated, oh my God, they don't have a color. I'm like, well, the Halloween warehouse is open now.
So messed up. No,
Down the
it's
street.
not the same.
I'm trying to take care of you.
I mean, I will say, like, I haven't utilized like spray like I have since like, COVID time when nobody was getting their hair done or anything and nobody wanted to be able to see and everyone was doing like different things. And so I bought this one and I'm like, no, I'll be fine. And then I just like right now looked into the mirror as I was brushing my hair ready to come in here and I was like, holy, that's so dark.
You realize you were around people the entire day.
I
You just
know.
now?
Not only that, like I had a speech in front of people today, and I looked like
Were
this.
were they whispering behind your back about the hair?
I don't know.
With the roots?
They probably.
I don't think. Am I the only person that doesn't think that looks bad? I don't think because you're like,
good.
you'll come to me and you're like, oh my God, I gotta get my hair done, dude. Look at the roots, and I'm like, I thought it looks good to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that having the roots is necessarily a bad thing. Like,
It's not the roots unless
What is it?
it's a lighter color of the roots. As Dorian used to call it, platinum. That's the issue I have.
What do you mean?
Gray hair, PK.
Oh yeah, well you getting old. I don't know what to tell you.
Did I really have to just like say that out loud so you understood?
I don't.
That is the reason why. Yeah, I don't want anyone like looking at my hair being like, oh my God, is she like.
Who cares?
60?
Wasn't platinum in anyway? That was like a trendy thing to do for a while.
It was a joke. It's a play off words. It's not really
No,
platinum. It's called
platinum
gray.
hair color.
I know, but I'm not actually
Like
platinum.
looking like old 80-year-olds was an in thing for a while.
Anyway.
Plus, you're so far away from that anyway, and then like your blonde hair, I just think you're freaking out about nothing. So anyway, we go to the Kroger to get a Halloween hairspray, and there's like this. The guy that was like looking at the hairspray was like this. I think he was homeless, but maybe not. I don't want to judge people, but like he smelled like he could be homeless. But I'm like, why are you looking at like
he's looking at
Halloween lady
body,
hairspray?
No, it's body wash next door. It's the men's body wash, and I think he was like pouring some in his hand.
Oh, okay. Then all right. I would have bought that for him. I didn't know that. I thought he was like trying to do something with the hairspray.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It was definitely he didn't have hair, but no, it was definitely he was trying to get some smell good. So
DK with the dark hair would look like a different person. Don't even bring that up. Why would you bring that up? Don't bring that up, man. Kind of strange to think about.
Video.
Yeah, it is not a good thing. We've tried it. It is not a good thing.
I like PK's like we've tried it. Yeah, I own this property. We've tried it.
I have to look at you.
It was.
I'm married to you. I did vows. You did vows back to me.
I did it once, and I thought it looked good. And
Awful.
Everybody in studio except PK said it looked great. And then PK's like, "Am I the only one that's being honest here?" And told me that, I look, I don't know, Amish or something.
Wrong again. Yeah. Are you going to ever go back to, the other day she goes, I might, I don't know, like one of her little chicken heads that she follows.
Chicken heads
she follows that does the sports or something. I don't know who, but somebody.
Carissa come on.
There you go.
Carissa. Yes.
Cut her hair. So then she starts bringing up cutting her hair, and I'm looking at her like, oh.
No, she doesn't use extensions. That's all. This is all my natural hair. But I was like, sometimes it's a lot. So I get some cut off, but.
It's not a rule. My preference would be.
I'm property.
You're not property. You're your own woman. And I was going to say you can do anything you want to do with your hair. Just try not to go, the extra short lesbian cut. I'm just not attracted to that. I'm not saying it's anything bad. I'm not saying don't do it. You're your own woman. But if you do that, it's not going to help the bedroom activities. My preference is not attracted to that.
Because it's like currently,
now, if you get cancer and you go bald, I will always find you beautiful. But if you out of spite go and do that, I don't know.
You've always
there's things that like I tried it. Like I don't work out for myself.
You should.
I got the 270, and then I'm like I got to do something because 274. Denise is gonna find another more attractive a man, which she probably still would. You know what I mean? Like, I need to do my part to try to, You
should do your part because you want to be healthy and fit inside.
No. If you weren't in the picture, I would be a fat slob.
No, you would not.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt.
No,
100%.
there's no way.
100%.
What'd you eat today?
You do things, nobody wants to talk about it, but you do things for your partner because you want to make sure that your partner finds you attractive. This is part of the thing.
What has, today, tell me what you ate today.
Today, not a lot. I ate the, talk about being Greek, I had the, I don't know what it is, the meatloaf.
Lamb kebabs?
Lamb kebabs, yeah, that you got from, where'd you get them from?
Trader Joe's.
I don't know.
God.
The problem is when you're not around.
What would you do without me? I swear. You would just eat sour Skittles and Celsius.
I love sour Skittles.
That's disgusting. Okay, I did pull a disgusting move, but it was so awful. So PK's got like a giant bag.
We taled about it last
sour
week.
Skittles.
That you ate it, you spit it back in the bag.
I think we just told our friends on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Well, cut to the chase. There you go.
This is awful. I'm like, ew. Sorry, I got excited. I'm like, who eats and enjoys these sour Skittles? It like gets you like right here and like the crisp of your like under your ears and your jaw. I'm like, ugh, it's awful.
Yeah, spit it back in the bag. And I still ate it.
Anything so sour.
Still ate it.
And the fact that PK feeds Teddy the purple ones, I think that's an issue.
Yeah.
Like, Teddy shouldn't be eating sour Skittles.
It's my dog. What was I going to say?
Now it's his dog.
I saw an interesting article that was talking about how, you know how like when guys are, when they have their wedding ring on, they get hit on more.
Allegedly.
It's an actual thing. So this lady that worked at the newspaper, lady that worked at a newspaper, maybe it was 100, maybe it was more. I don't know. But she asked her readers or whatever and came back, and then she broke it down and said yes. And the reason that this happens is because when somebody gets married, then they start doing things that they don't want to do that makes them more palatable. Like palatable.
What is
that? And the reason that I thought about to bring this up is because you were just asking me what I ate today, right?
Correct.
And like, if you weren't in the picture, I just said it a few minutes ago, I'd be fat. Or like even today, when you're not at home, there's a big difference between what I eat during the week and what I eat during the weekend when you're at the house. Because without you around, I'm just taking the easy route, right? Without the wives around, guys live in a bachelor pad. They're wearing like used shirts that they're not washing all the time.
That is correct.
They're bums. They're
Yes.
bums. They're taking the easy way out. Wives make us better, which in return makes us more attractive to other ladies who are like, oh, this guy isn't wearing a shirt with a stain on it.
With 7 stains.
Okay, so yeah. One time.
You got it. No, I got videos. So we were doing like spaghetti, whatever, cooking. We were doing whatever on Sunday. You had stains all over, like the pink shirt with the radio. Like it was all on my Instagram. Yesterday, you're wearing a white shirt. I'm like, what is that stain? Oh, it's Celsius. What is that stain? Oh, it's sauce. What is that stain? I'm like, you are like an art exhibit of all of your different stains all over your white shirt. I'm like, just toss this canvas of a shirt out. It's disgusting. But what I was saying, when we first got together, you were hella skinny. You were so tiny.
I was also
You
like
were
15 years younger. Yeah, that's what happens when you hit
but I was gonna
46.
say,
You get
so,
fat.
So when you were like saying that you were living like your bachelor life until you got together, but maybe it's because you and I like got married and we both got comfortable. Like I also got, I
give you an
formed
example.
into my
Let
shape.
me give you an example.
Go
Let me
on.
give you an example.
Go
Let's
on.
talk about Penguin Boy, Ryan. He's married now.
Yeah.
He's presentable. When was the last time that you saw him getting a shower in New Orleans by a street sweeper? No, because his wife would yell at him. He can't be doing those things anymore. Now there's a certain level of respect and ways that you have
just
to act.
grow up.
When
Yes.
you have like a wife around, when you go out of town, I wake up, I almost chipped a tooth last time because I woke up next to your grandma's porcelain plate in bed. I rolled right over, almost chipped a tooth because I was eating in bed, watching TV
Yeah.
with like the same clothes that I had on since
True.
you left.
Yeah.
3 days later, still in bed in the underwear smelled crusty. That's what happens
Ew.
when we don't have a wife
You're
around.
nasty. Why don't you just take ownership of yourself and your body and have self-worth and just be like, I stink. I need to wake up and brush my teeth. I need a
I think
shower.
the majority of guys are lazy.
I don't
Or
think
they're
so.
just like,
I think that's
what's
just
the reward
you.
on that? There's nobody
no,
around.
Doesn't need to be a reward.
Yeah, the
Don't
reward when you're around is I'm not
okay,
going to get yelled
Here's
at.
what's going on is like you just need to be driven to do something. If you had
No,
a job
no.
that was, certain hours, you would be getting up and
All right,
showering.
Mother
Is
effer,
that
do you want me to go
correct?
down the list of
I'm
stuff I
just
applied for
saying.
today?
I am just saying.
I don't even know what this is. Ford Audio Visual. They do live shows. I thought Ford was a car company. Applied on that today. Applied broadcast engineer. Do you want to go down the list?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that it is different for you when you are getting up and doing something. So if you're getting up and like on Mondays, you get up and you work out, right? So you at least brush your teeth and you work out and you feel
But if it wasn't for our friends, I wouldn't.
and then you still are wearing your socks at 6:00 at night when you come
Okay.
pick me up
Also,
from
she got after me.
work.
Somebody, this is almost a point
Disgusting.
counterpoint. 'Cause she
What?
came after me on this, and I was looking at her like, you have 0 points to what you're saying right now. She got after me because I had so when you're doing Legree, and I like to do it at Forum in Houston, and that's where you should as well. But
I
you need
agree
to have
with that.
grippy socks. You have the shirt on. There you go.
Isn't that cute?
You got grippy socks. So at 6 p.m. when I picked her up, I still had my grippy socks on, and she's like, oh my God, how nasty. You still have those socks on. I'm like, any other day of the week, like these socks right here.
Yeah, it's
I put these socks on this morning at 6.
Uh-huh.
Why isn't this disgusting?
Okay, because you are working out on like machines that other people also work out on, and you're walking in public spaces where other people have like actual shoes that bring in debris or there's stuff on it. You're not walking around. Those socks that you put on your feet, I hope that you also have shoes on, so your shoes are collecting the dirty bacteria. But you still are wearing these sweaty ass socks that you probably haven't washed in 4 weeks. Why are you on the ground right now? Oh my God.
You ruined the whole thing. I was going to do a Muppet thing. With
Oh.
the sock talk.
Oh, I didn't.
Jeez Louise.
I didn't understand. We weren't clicking. I
Good
guess.
Lord.
I mean, how am I supposed to here doing a
Put the
puppet thing?
sock back on.
Ew. And now your hand probably stinks.
Yeah, but not because of that. Because I scratched my butt earlier.
God.
I scratched my butt so hard last night I couldn't go back to sleep. Yeah.
Have you checked for rash
I
lately?
don't know. Dude, I can see the mold on those socks. Nah, mother effer. Those are clean socks.
No.
At least they were this morning. What do you change your socks 3 times a day?
I mean,
That makes 0 sense. people. 0 cents. And also, yes, a job would get you to be more presentable and more of a human being, but that's what wives do, is my point.
Okay, so
That's what
I
wives
should
do. And
take
that's
my
why,
flowers
that's
now.
why then chicks hit on married guys more. Anyway, back to that article.
Oh.
I do want to talk about your flowers. How many bouquets did you get this week, and from who?
Just one. I just got one of appreciation. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
people getting their flowers at work.
Yeah.
She's getting like all kinds of gifts from work.
Well, I mean, I'm not allowed to say, but yes, I did get a specific Portland gift. It was from a group who is also from Portland, so I want to give like a little shout out to
No shout outs on this
Portland
show.
and
Okay.
Portland gear, because
I
this
couldn't post the show last week. Now you want to do shout outs.
This backpack, and then apparently they have like nearly like 1 million followers when I like tagged it yesterday. But of course, it's like everyone knows I'm bag lady. PK calls me that all the time. I have like 3 bags, 2 in one hand, one
For
in the
real.
other.
Gypsy
It
bag
is
lady.
out of control. So this bag, and I started utilizing it. It takes everything, like all 3 bags, into one thing, and it's like waterproof because obviously it's made in Portland, Oregon, where it rains a lot. So you can zip it up. It's amazing. It has like straps. You can put it onto like your little carry-on, your little wheelie. It is incredible. Again, Portland gear. They did it great.
First of all,
to who gifted that to me was very sweet and like really knew that I needed something like
it's not
this.
Portland Gears. It's like a nice backpack.
No, that's the name of the company.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Like
My
the
bad.
giant P with like the little like etch of like with the P is
Okay,
the state
whatever.
of Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah. I love it. Like I got a little sticker and I posted it on my cork board. I'm like, yeah. Oh, it's cool. It made me feel special and I would love it. I've used it, all the time.
The problem with you, and I can't speak
24
for
hours.
the rest of you ladies, and maybe you guys, you ladies can in the chat, but like the problem is that ladies, it's like whatever the condition is, and there's a scientific term for it. Like if you get a shelf, it will immediately be filled with junk, or not immediately, but through time. Like let's say everything is neatly put away in your bedroom, and you put another like cabinet in, right?
Mm.
You'll find stuff to put on that cabinet. You're just gonna always, right? Same thing with you and the bags. No matter how many bags you have, you find crap to put on those bags, and then you need more bags. I think the other day she had like 3 bags.
That was today.
No.
In this bag.
No, today was in the new backpack, but like on Monday, she's got like 3 bags, 2 cups, all the stuff. I'm dropping her off, and I drove her to work early, so we beat the traffic. So then I pull out of her job, and then I'm going down. As I'm going down, I realize that in Houston, it's weird. Like if you hit it within like a 5-10 minute difference, then all the traffic like really picks up. So I drop her off, as I'm leaving, all these cars going the other way, and I'm like, finally some good karma. Like I'm not stuck in that traffic. Like beat everybody. And as that is happening, she calls me because with the 4 or 5 bags, 6 cups, and whatever else she had, she
Yeah.
forgot her key in the back seat.
I couldn't even get in the office. I know. It was terrible.
What do you need so
then I
much
had to
stuff?
It's all meant for a reason.
For what reason?
I have one with like an extra, extra clothes and makeup. I have one for my lunch. I have one for, they're all different things.
It's just crap. You don't
It's
need
not
all that
crap.
stuff. It's crap.
But now I put it all into one bag. So now I'm Gucci.
Okay.
That's PK.
We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts. But, well, I guarantee you. In fact, I almost want to do, like, you know how people do Celebrity Death Watch?
Oh,
like, I kind of want to.
We do that? Is that still a thing?
Used to back in the radio
Oh.
days. Back when radio was good, we used to. But
Hmm.
now it's probably going to get you,
Canceled.
But we should have like it's like a game where people guess on how long before there's 2 bags he's taken to work. The backpack with the 5 bags inside and another bag.
Oh my
And also, you're going on and on about this waterproof Portland backpack. It's so
Yeah,
nice.
it's awesome.
What about the effing Louis Vuitton? I'm going to take that shit right back to the store.
No, that
Isn't that better than that backpack? What cost more? The
I
Louis
know,
Vuitton.
But here's the thing, like I have had that for a while and I've used it so often the straps are kind of falling through. So I don't want it to make it super heavy and then I have to like carry it.
Okay.
So like it's good. Like it
Okay.
utilizes its purpose since you got it from me 12 years ago when you had a
Whoa,
job.
whoa. I don't have a job right now. I told you if I get a job, I'll get you a nice bag. Jeez Louise.
Hey, how about that Wine Wednesday, buddy?
How is with the Louis Vuitton? Anybody know the return policy? Like,
After 12 years? There's
they don't
no
need to know
such
that.
thing.
Do they need to know that?
Really? You don't have your receipt. Oh,
Oh.
this is a very important call.
Ooh, yeah. Go take it.
Okay.
I'll
Hi.
go take that real quick. Hold on, everybody. We're going to talk about, TV shows and what you guys are watching. And that's her grandma. And she might need open heart surgery. And it's a pretty serious call, so. I don't know why I'm whispering. I just don't know if she was going to, bring that up on the show or not. So, but it's already out there, so whoops. But yes, she called last night, and then, she's back in the hospital. And, her grandma kind of raised her as well with her parents. And so she's very, very close. It's not really the best of news. So we'll see what happens with that, and we'll see where the show goes after that call. While we wait to find out what's happening with that, I do want to bring up a couple of pictures that I was just right before we got on. I'm like, oh, man, we haven't even prepped anything because really what happened was we were going to be on time tonight. Tonight, 7:30, I was going to be sharp on time. I had everything set up, ready to go. And I go to pick her up, and from 6:15 to 7:45, she couldn't get out of there. So I was just in the parking lot watching tutorials. That's what I was doing. It's just, there's nothing worse for me than time wasted. I want to be just learning something. So I was trying to read up on color theory and just kind of wasting time. But that's why the show was late. So, and then when we got to the house, I'm like, oh crap. Let's just see what happened this week. And I'll just forward myself some of these pictures and we'll talk about them. Right. So the first picture that I want to bring up is I'm driving to work. And it's one of those things that am I really seeing this? Did this dude really put this on the back of his truck? Let me bring up this picture. Now, if you're listening to the show, the picture is going to be about 30 minutes in, and I will be posting the show. But so there's the truck, and this dude put just in bold letters on the back of the truck, "No fat bitches." Now, I was trying to decide with myself, is it a Halloween joke or something? Because he also has a skeleton in the back, or is there just no class there? I was trying to, and I'm not going to lie to you, part of me kind of giggled when I saw that. I remember, when I was in high school, I would put, how you can get a fake leg, especially around Halloween time? Well, I would have a bunch of those throughout the year, and I would have it sticking out of my trunk just to see if I would get pulled over or if people would call the cops. And it did happen multiple times. People would call the cops thinking that there was a dead body in the car. So, but mostly I would get honks and waves and people laughing. And I kind of had fun doing that, being in high school. It was towards the end it was high school and a few years after too that I was doing that. So maybe that's what's going on here. Or maybe they just don't like fat bitches. I don't know. But I wanted to bring that picture up. The other one, and we've talked about this before. Let me see if I can bring this one up. There's something going on with our house. So, and I don't know if I've talked about the dehumidifier that I got, but I got this dehumidifier. Actually, Denise got it about when we first moved to Houston, and I never turned it on, and I finally turned it on, and I was like, holy crap, just amazed by the amount of water this thing collects every single day. It's a big bucket of water, right? And then I started reading up on it just because I was so surprised by the amount of humidity that it pulls out of this room. And then people were talking about how it helps with the bugs because bugs like wet and damp environments, and it's all these benefits, right? And I guess I didn't look into this, but this is something that always happens in our house, all the time. The other day, I made a sandwich. I'm eating the sandwich. I look down, and the bread is green. Oh, hold on, everybody. How we doing?
Yeah, we're fine.
You all right? Not all right? What's happening?
I don't want to talk about it at the moment. It's not I don't know what you had said while I was stepped away.
I wasn't going to put your business out there.
Okay,
Only that you might need open heart surgery.
Because not a lot of my family knows what's going on. So
well, how many of your family are degenerates are watching this show?
I mean,
is she all right?
she's not a candidate for open heart surgery.
Yeah, I know, but what's the...
So what do you think the other option is that we talked about? So, So, as some of my family members do watch this, that
Oh, shout out to y'all.
are not aware of any situation that's going on right now. You just love to.
Why would you tell everybody?
You just did.
I did not such thing. What are you doing?
I'm reading through all your messages.
No, I was talking about the mildew bread. That
Ew! Oh my God! Yeah, you're disgusting. PK.
I don't know why the bread.
What
keeps,
is?
I think we need another dehumidifier. I think that's the humidity. That's
I
where I
think
was
that,
getting to.
you know-
I was just getting there very slowly.
I think bread for you is a bad option because, yeah, A, too many carbs, and B, it just looks like that. Like
All the time.
that looks like turf. That is
All the time. The
disgusting.
worst was like when I made myself a sandwich and I was watching a movie and she was asleep, so I didn't want to turn the lights on. So then I started eating the sandwich. I ate the whole sandwich, and then
Okay, all right.
the
this is
next
too much.
day I looked at the bread and it was kind of like that, and I'm like, oh no.
I do see in the chat, Honeybee, want to give
Yo, what's
Honeybee
up, Honeybee?
some love because tomorrow she's going to be, if you want to like drop it into the chat, she's going to be doing like share what you're doing, but right across from where I work at EOS Fitness, she's going to be there with her clinic, and I'm going to stop by
Oh.
and say hi too.
Are you
So-
gonna get some of the wrinkles
the wrinkles, some of the wrinkles? Do you want to, Jesus.
out your clothes? Because there's
you
a
are
dry
coming
cleaner
on.
there.
Yeah, I'm going to steam my forehead of wrinkles. God.
Did you tell Honeybee that we saw? You know, we get so excited when I don't know. We're just grown kids. So anytime something good happens, or we see like one of y'all's messages or whatever, we just get really giddy and excited. So in this instance, we saw Honeybee's card.
Yeah,
It
business
was at a
card.
nail salon, and we're like, "Oh my God, it's Honeybee's card." Did you ever tell her that?
Yeah, I sent her a picture
Yeah.
immediately. And she's like, oh, we go there. We know the owners. And I was like, that is exactly like the place. Like, it's my new spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Also, we got our nails this past weekend.
Yeah. Not at that spot, though, because we were kind of doing like a day date, I would say.
Were we?
Yeah. Because like it was just something that we had like unplanned. We had like, it was supposed to be like PK picked doing like whatever we're doing. We're going to drive an hour outside of the city, which is far, you know, in Houston. You're still in Houston.
Well,
But-
I'll just tell everybody. Obviously, I've been doing like photography stuff on the side, and one of the ideas that we had, and by us having the idea, was really Chantel. She also came up with the always sticking idea, so you know she's batting 1,000 on that. But it was like to do like Christmas miniature sessions at a Christmas tree farm. So
Yeah.
you can bring your family out, and then, you know, it's like 5 pictures that you would get. So we had to drive out to actually check out the location and see if it's, you know, doable and things.
Yeah. If
It
people if people would come if they'd
Yeah.
be interested. For
I
sure.
still need to do a little more research. I think that if people book you, you pay the farm, but if people book you, then they just come and take your pictures. But when we went there to check it out, we couldn't really check it out because it was like $60 to get in, which I did not expect. Because it's like a miniature Six Flags for a farm, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell. It was the weirdest thing ever. It's like this miniature little town. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was like $60 to get in. I'm like, F that. So then I just drove through like some farmland.
30, but yeah.
And did you know right away that they were coming up to the car? Like,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
like how did they know
Well,
that I
because
was?
everybody else is like parked in this certain area between cones, and then there's PK and I like a mile. Okay, not a mile, but
No,
like,
it was out there. Yeah.
far away because we wanted to check out like the Christmas trees and be like, all right, so where is like the patch of Christmas? Because again, it's Texas, so like how far out do you have to go to
Or
get?
what
like,
does
a
it
tree
look
farm?
like? You know,
And they-
would I
yeah.
need like decoration stuff? I just wanted to check it out without paying that $60. So I was like, well, there's nobody telling me I can't go that way. And that road that dirt little path seems like to be right next to the trees. So I just effing went for it, you know, and immediately like, it felt like an episode of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
There's like this little buggy with 2,
Golf cart?
just cutting through fields, coming straight for the car. And I'm like, all right, just going to play it stupid. And it worked.
Yeah.
So then we did that, and then we went to the gallery, which I thought was kind of cool. We went to
Yeah, so it's called like Silver Street. So this again is in Houston. Silver. It's like the little arts district, it's like near Sawyer Yards is what it's called. But
Yeah.
there's like Winter and Spring Street. I don't know. It was really cute. Like people have like their own little thing set up. There was a help me out, the Cosmic. What was
Comic
it called?
Con.
That thing, Cosmic Con, whatever.
Were we
But
supposed to pay to get in?
I think so.
Huh.
I think like there was like an admission fee,
Well, I
even
wasn't
though
there
we
for
weren't,
the-
we weren't going in for that. Like we wanted to check out like because like it was all of these like spaces that you can rent out and like you have your artwork. There was one lady who was finalizing like some pieces of artwork and had like some wine. So if people were to come in and like talk, or you can book appointments and see them. But then she also had like a guy playing like the guitar. I don't know if it was a friend, husband, something, but that was kind of cool.
Okay,
But we walked
I was
around that
wondering-
whole
okay,
little
so-
area.
It's a warehouse full of small rooms, and each room is a different artist's little gallery, right? And it's no bigger than this room is. In some cases, smaller than this room, right? But when we walked into that one lady,
Yeah.
immediately the guitar player started playing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, is he just playing until we leave? Like when we leave, is he gonna stop or is he gonna finish the song?
Yeah, I don't know.
So I kept wanting to go out of the room and come back in.
Yeah.
But then it was also really weird because I feel I'm not very good. You know when you go to the grocery store and you have people wine tasting?
You know, like Costco
Right.
samples.
Or no, Costco samples, I don't know why. Because I don't
doesn't
feel
bother you?
pressured to buy anything at Costco samples. But at H-E-B, Kroger, or Publix or whatever, if you taste the wine, then I feel like I have to put a bottle in the cart until I'm not looking and then put it back. I don't know why. I can't ever,
Yeah.
I just feel bad saying that this is crap wine, you know?
But here's the thing, like whoever, I mean, it's different with the artist because like
It's
that
the same,
is.
no, it's the same thing. Like if I walk into the room and they're so nice, they were like, "Welcome in. Let me tell you about." That. I'm like, "Oh crap! Now I gotta buy something to get out of
No,
here."
you don't have to buy it. They're just like wanting to share their stories and everything. Like there was one lady who has like an installation piece coming up in like 2 weeks or something, and you asked because like she had like a no picture sign.
Oh yeah.
And then you asked about it, and then she was so excited, and she wanted to tell you like all about it, and just like share her story. And again, that's what we, that's the whole reason why we do this.
I know,
podcast
but then I
is,
guess
like,
I guess it's more
sharing
about me than
stories
them.
and learning. Yeah,
I think it's more about me because I want to support them. I'm sure it's not easy, so I want to buy something to support them.
Listening-
I obviously can't
listening
right
to
now.
their stories is supporting them.
No,
And
I bet you buying something. Otherwise,
Well,
they're
of-
like, "Get the f out, homie."
But she also was just sitting there and like doing her work as she's also sharing a story. So I
That's
think
true.
just like being
That's
like
true.
interactive and actually having that human connection of talking is important. And I think that's what
I
at least
didn't
this
know-
specific person. But we also found what was it called? Sheba Hut. It's toasted subs, and PK didn't understand like what Sheba meant.
I
You
thought it's a
still-
dog breed.
What kind of dog is that?
Shiba?
Oh, Sheba Inu?
I don't know.
Like
Isn't
Shiba.
it like a Shiba as a dog?
So, like, as soon as you walk into this spot, it's a giant Snoop Dogg with like a blunt. BK didn't understand the whole concept of this. It's very unique. It's not a place I would take my parents to by any means. But
Yeah, I didn't
it's-
realize it was like a weed bar.
Yeah.
I also don't understand the whole weed stuff in Texas because I don't think it's legal. Yet now there's like weed stores pretty much in every corner. And I'm like, I can't figure that out.
it's
And I
not
also don't
actually,
care
it's like
enough
tea
to really
or
figure it out just
whatever.
because that's not really my vibe. But
yeah. But
you
but
know.
all I want to say is like the subs were amazing.
the subs were pretty good.
Yeah.
So were the cookies.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
so
if
we
you want some good munchies, you find like a weed store and you go whatever bakeries right there or sandwich spot.
Yeah.
Those were really good.
I know.
The guy at the front was a little weird.
Yeah, see, I didn't chat with
Yeah.
him. Yeah, I was holding down the fort.
I didn't
at the
realize
bar.
that was a day date. I thought we were just doing a few things here or there.
No, it was fun. And then like we went, like we got like my watch fixed. PK got me a gift for
Yeah,
my
see,
birthday.
Kevin, I don't know what that means, synthetic or spice. I don't know what. I don't understand what that. I don't know. We did get your watch fixed. Yeah. We
I
went
mean,
to.
it was just like little things. I guess the majority of people call it errands, but like in my head, like that's just been so constant with a whole lot of other things that just like PK and I being out, just the two of us doing something is like a date. I'm like, yay.
I'm really going back and forth on if I want to share what my idea is, but I don't. I think I'll save it just because
Your idea for
I
these
can't-
photos?
it's not photos per se, like what but I think it's gonna be hard to describe. And even though I have an example, I think it'd be better having multiple examples.
So you're still working on it.
So yeah, but I really want to share, but I'm just so torn. Maybe give me one. Are we here next week again at like 10 p.m. or what's happening?
Okay, you're really giving me a hard time
Yeah,
for working that
I'd like to
late.
give you a hard
Yes,
time.
Yeah, we are. Yes.
Okay, then give me one more week, and then I do because I want to show you as well. But I don't think it's gonna have the impact if I just show you with what I have now. When I have like one or two more examples, I think it'll be and I'll be more
Can
curious.
you kind of like tell us
to
about like
hear-
what it is, or you're
No,
not
because
getting
I think
any
that-
hints at all? Share it.
No, because I think that like
is it $1 million idea?
No, it's not $1 million idea.
Okay.
It's just something that I think that I can do really well, and I don't know that it really exists. I know it exists for sure. People do this, but it's to do it right. It takes time, and it's very far and few in between. And it obviously does involve pictures. But like, when we walked through that gallery of like all those small rooms,
there was a reason
not
why
one
you wanted to
person
do it.
had that.
Okay, so that's why you kind of wanted to sneak.
I wanted to see one, like what they had, what they were selling for. Not that I'm going down that path, but yeah.
Do you need a patent from Jackie?
No, you don't need a patent. Not at
Okay,
all. No, it's not.
okay.
It's not. It's nothing crazy. It's like, for me, it's something that I love creating things, whether it's like the podcast or when we were doing like radio or like my videos or like pictures. Like, I like creating things more so than I like to just even do. It's very hard to describe.
Well, your personality is a very creative type. So whenever you could be your most creative self is when you're happy.
Yeah, this would allow me to, if this works, right? And by that, I mean, if it actually if people want it.
Yeah.
And then, and it takes off, and it doesn't have to be crazy, but if it does, I would be more excited to work on this
These
than
kinds of
even like
projects?
almost movies, because this would be like a miniature.
Miniature movie?
Kind of.
Okay, well, that's a little bit
Kind
of a hint
of,
then.
but again,
Okay.
it's very difficult to describe what it is. And then, like, if I tell you, it's just, you're going to completely be like, like, I really want to show you, and then I want you to picture yourself in
All right,
what
October
you're about
2nd.
to see.
All right, so October 2nd,
Yeah.
you'll debut 8 p.m. Central.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And like, I have one, but again, yeah, give me like one more week. And I hate doing this just because I know last week I was just like, hey guys, I really want your feedback. But, I think,
We'll wait it out. We'll be patient. It's fine.
Yeah.
I just had like the very sweet message from my mom. So she's watching a video. She's watching YouTube TV or something.
This show?
She goes, I put a movie on hold, and then look what came up. And it was like us. And it's like, Mom, click on it. We're live every Wednesday, Mom. You can join us live. What?
You just yelled at me for talking.
Well, okay, it's fine. Can we hit the wine for Wine Wednesday, even though I
let's go ahead.
already poured a glass? It's been a day.
Denise is Wine Wednesday. She don't know nothing about wine except that it makes her feel good. Oh yeah, no credentials. Denise is Wine Wednesday. Follow information, gonna be pointless. Oh yeah. She don't even remember the wine taste, and she's been too white girl drunk.
Jacqueline. That's a jam right there. Anthony's Wednesday. Kind of sounds like Justin Timberlake pre-DUI. Poor guy.
drink and
Someone might steal your idea from Jacqueline. I don't think you could. It's not exclusive idea to me. I hope other people do it. I just, the problem with this idea is that, like, I don't think anybody would put it takes imagination, and it takes like a perfectionist to pull off. So I don't think even, feel free to take it. I'd love to see what you pull off with it, Wine Wednesday, what do you
Back
have?
to Wine Wednesday. I'm pretty sure that we have had this in the past. Lucci. This was just an easy $8 one that I picked up from the grocery store. Yeah, there's nothing special, but it tastes good. It's a great table wine. And again, it's in like the chiller section. So that's the reason I picked it. I also want to share, we had this awesome wine called Bolo. It was a Chianti. I finished it.
Was that good last night?
Yep.
I didn't have one glass.
Nope. You had the box wine, a Boda box. PK, for some reason, decided to get a Boda box that has like half the cals, half the
I didn't do that on purpose.
8%. And then he was like, oh, you want a glass of wine? I'm like, you keep that one. If I'm going to have a glass of wine, it's going to be like worth it to me, not like the little one.
Or a bottle?
Yeah, it's been a week.
It's Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
Okay, but PK, you know what I have been dealing with. So let's
That's
calm
true.
down a little bit. Not saying that wine makes it better, and if you have like a problem that maybe you should talk to somebody, but it's just, at sometimes when I've had like a 14-hour day and then a stressful conversation with the family and just trying to figure out life itself. That's just how I like to just have a piece of chocolate and have a glass of wine and just it's my own thing. Check out, I don't know, Amazon work outfits because I'm insane.
Yeah, a little bit. A little
bit wild.
Well, cheers to everybody. Thank you all for joining us on this fine Wednesday. We appreciate y'all. I'm going to let the song ride out as we finish this white. Are we still going to do our match 2 here in just a second?
Yeah, of course.
Because I had the AI pick the words.
Oh,
that
my
way
gosh.
maybe it's a little easier for you to win.
Oh, my God.
No, that's what I'm saying. Cheers, y'all. Thank you
Cheers.
for
Thank
joining
you,
us.
guys.
Appreciate y'all.
I do want to apologize for being late. For those who are listening at a later time, it doesn't matter that I was late, but, I hate being late, and being consistent on time for you guys always is a priority. But I am thankful that you guys still joined us. So cheers. Thank you, PK.
Letting that just ride out.
I feel like you did that last week, and then you're like, oh, there's no more lyrics.
Well, because I thought that I had a second verse to that, but I think this is the quicker
The
version.
quickie.
Yeah.
The quickie, if you will.
Let's see. What else? Let me... 3...
So we did something was it last night?
We did?
That I was so, yeah.
What did we
Okay,
do?
so breakfast for dinner, I don't know why that isn't a thing. And I know producer
I think it is.
Elia, who is in the chat, who we hung out with on Friday, and we took all the leftovers home. We finally had time to like read.
You think they think that we're like so poor? Like,
Yeah.
let's give them the leftovers? Oh.
We ate them last night, but we made them breakfast tacos at night. And I don't know why, but it just made me happy. I'm like, can I have hash browns like for dinner? Can I have like scrambled eggs and, a little breakfast
splurged.
taco action? We splurged with that Friday
was
night
really good.
treat.
It was very good.
They were delicious.
It
Yeah.
was like delicious.
Mhm.
And I thought I didn't like that place, but this time I actually
Oh,
did
God,
like
it
it.
was
Maybe I've
amazing.
always ordered the wrong stuff there because I've been there like twice and never had like...
Well, I think we only went for drinks once, or
Nah, I've had their
Okay.
food there a couple times. Never a fan. Until this last time, and I was like, oh my God. And then when we ate the leftovers, I was like, this stuff is really good.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I needed to drop in. So whenever producer Elia does that, we'll give us a hard time for that for breakfast for dinner. But
Well, I think his point is that like, you guys keep calling them breakfast tacos or breakfast pizza. You just put an egg on it.
yeah, and we did. We put an egg on it as
Yeah.
a breakfast taco for dinner. I had a question, and it popped up again on because like a lot of us in the office, we like take turns doing. Doesn't matter. We take turns like coffee or whatever. Like somebody will get it, and then we'll pay, we'll Venmo, whatever. And one of my coworkers had mentioned that her husband is also like on Venmo, and she can kind of see what to who is being paid. And I always thought that was really strange because like I have all of my stuff as private because like I don't know or still like connect with half of the people that are on my Venmo. It's from like years ago. So I don't care who,
I don't use
so and so
Venmo,
from 10 years ago
you can see?
paid for lunch or something. Yeah. Yeah. You can have it. Or you can like make it private, which is what I do, not because I'm being like,
Mhm.
this is okay. You can see it's coffee, but I'm just curious. Like, has anyone else gotten into like arguments or something about like all of a sudden going on Venmo and being like,
Who you paying?
oh my
or
God,
who's this paying you?
Yeah, why did so and so pay so and so $20 or
I
why?
guarantee you.
Yeah,
I guarantee you that's happened.
like,
I guarantee
oh
you
my
that's
God,
happened.
So she paid my brother for what? They went out to. I mean, I was just.
Yeah. I actually, during the
Same thing.
hour and half, I said that way backwards. During the 90 minutes that I was outside of her job waiting for her, which again, it's paying the bills, not a problem. But I had a chance to clear out my phone because I never open these apps.
Yeah.
So like I deleted maybe half of the apps on my phone and I just feel like such a weight lifted. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why, but I'm like, oh, I don't use you. Delete.
Yeah,
like just went through, So it was really like an
So it's
organizing hour
So
and a half.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
I got your mind
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah.
So next time I'm just outside, in the parking lot, I'm gonna go through my pictures or maybe my email.
Oh my God, my pictures. I always say,
know?
like, if I'm on a flight, I'm always gonna take that time and go through like my photos or whatever, clean up. Oh God, no. Everything is just like such a mess. I don't know what's happened. Like I go through stages where I'm extremely like organized OCD. I think that's what happens on Sundays where PK's like, we'll get like nails done or whatever, grocery shop on Sunday. I'm like, absolutely not. I do not want anything planned. Like that is my time to be like at home. I want to turn on like football at 11, watch my girl Chris on Fox. And then I want to like be able to clean and just like deep clean and just like get my like mind right like for the next week.
And you know me, I'm like, please let this day be your day.
Yeah.
Do what you need to
So
do to get your mind right. Don't forget to mop the floor though.
PK's still in bed.
Feet up, watching football.
Oh my God. No, you weren't even watching. What have you been watching? Alone or something? What have you been watching?
You know what the problem with Alone is, which I like, because I feel like now I can survive in the wilderness. So I'd last about a day.
Sure.
Did I tell you I almost did that in Portland?
No, you told me about that.
We had a giant meeting, and it was like the air staff and then like the general manager, everybody. And we're talking promotion ideas. And I was like, guys, I'm just going to get in the fucking woods and get lost. And it's going to be all over the media. Everybody's going to be like, where's PK? Blah, 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 blah. We'll get all the press. And they're like, you can't do that. They actually made me sign a form saying I couldn't legally do that.
Really?
Because I was like, well, F you guys. I'm still going to just go get lost. Yeah. I'm going to go hiking, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to get lost in the woods.
Yeah.
So you still, after all these years,
the problem with Alone is like
alone.
It's really good like when it kicks off because they're building shelters, they're seeing what works, what doesn't work. But then the middle of the season is like all these episodes where it's the same crap.
Oh.
Now all of a sudden they can't catch fish. They're getting worms from the stuff they're eating. And by the way, if you haven't seen that, it's on Netflix. But it's like the same stuff. Like something needs to happen. They need to like drop in a cougar or something that just tears motherfuckers up.
Oh my God.
Or something's got to happen
to watch that, but...
to keep your interest. In the middle of the season, you're just like, oh, I've already seen. Same show. Yeah. So I'm watching that. Bad Monkey.
Yeah, okay.
Like that. I told you guys about that last week. I think it's a great show.
With Vince Vaughn.
Buddy Betts saw it, and he's like, saw the first episode, loved it.
We got a comment I wanted you to read from Brian Phipps.
I saw the comment. I thought it was very, very nice.
Well, read it out loud to those who aren't in the chat.
Why don't you read it?
Because it's dedicated to you. It says
PK.
PK.
Your determination will pay off dividends when the time comes. I've followed you and your show since 2005 and have laughed since. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And then Bradley with this thing.
Yeah,
it hasn't paid off yet, but I appreciate that. Actually, it has.
I was gonna say
I've been able to make a living out of
the
the stuff that that's made me laugh, and it's awesome that other people laughed as well and get the joke. So and plus, I think that we did the show like when we could do a show, like where if I try to do that nowadays, obviously that's what we're not doing radio.
It wouldn't work out.
Can't do that.
It wouldn't work out.
It's the difference between. And it was never so glaring obvious to me until we watched that Always Sunny new show with what's Kate? What's her name?
Caitlin Olsen. Yeah.
She's got a new show, and I love Always Sunny. I think it's hysterical, and
I love
we don't
her
watch network TV, right? And we watched her show. We talked about it last week, and it was like that's the difference between radio back in the day when you could do just like genuinely funny and real content, and it's like going from a Netflix or HBO Max or show whatever. Going from one of those shows to an NBC or like a network show where it's no breaks for real emotion. There's always like background music moving it forward, predictable as hell. It's a formula of, there's books written on how to write those shows.
Right. Yeah, but
and it's awful.
I mean, obviously there's an audience for that. It's just like the audience is
old people that are just like accustomed to it.
I was going to say, I'm still one of those old people that watches like Dancing with the Stars. Like that's always going to be something
well,
I love.
Different. That's different because
like
that's more
reality-esque,
Yeah, that's not a TV show.
Yeah.
Like if
I see what you're...
If you have like a TV show and you pick your show, pick Law and Order, Chicago Fire, PD, whatever, pick your show, right? Like if you're in the middle of a shootout or whatever, and let's say it's Chicago PD, that's not how they talk, like on network TV. And I get that you can't because you have the FCC and stuff, but like everything is so sugared down to like an 80-year-old woman that you can't suspend disbelief. That's the difference between...
Yeah, I was like, you've done a lot more research than I have. Like I'm like,
common sense.
As long as there's sports on, I'm watching that, and if it's Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Why would they put that yo-yo on with the ankle bracelet? And the first I don't know if you guys saw it, but the chick that scammed everybody and's got the ankle bracelet, and people were mad that she was on the show, and I didn't give a rat's ass. So I watched it, and the first dance that she did, like 2 weeks ago, I actually felt bad for her because I couldn't tell if she's just so clueless and conceited and all these nasty things. I couldn't tell if that was all true or if she was just really shy because she's not accustomed to being on TV like all these other people. They are B-rated celebrities, but at least they're accustomed to the spotlight, right? Or trying to be. She's still not she hasn't had that exposure. So is she nervous? No, because last night we saw her before she got voted off.
Oh, see, you watched the voted off part?
I picked up on it, and I'm like,
oh,
she's just a terrible person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Get her the F out. But also, I hate Dancing with the Stars the first 3 episodes because it's just cringe, and I don't want to cringe for the people that I feel bad for, like whoever the old Oscar-winning guy is, or like the guy from Die Hard. I love these guys. But they're so bad, and it's oh.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm who's going to get voted off.
I was like, how many people are listening and watching right now are really watching these things?
I'm watching it.
I know,
love it.
but you and I have a personal connection to it, so that's the reason why I'm.
No, I just America's
Got Talent.
Got Talent. I love that.
You still watch that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that shit. Yeah, I like that. I like America Got Talent because I feel like the production value is great on the show, and then you don't really know what you're going to get for the acts, and then you can really get involved with the acts, like the lady dancing with her dog this season. Get the F out of here if you didn't think that was fucking amazing. And the whole time I'm watching it this dog's gonna fuck up. Oh man, I hope she does. And don't ruin it for me. I haven't seen the actual results.
The results show.
Okay, but it also takes talent, and I feel like that's less scripted than, let's say, The Bachelorette or Bachelor.
Yeah, where
you know what I mean?
Throw the lines and things, and it's got to go.
That's what Dancing with the Stars in America Got Talent's a little higher in my interest level than the ones that are just completely scripted.
What's great is one of the guys that's on there, his name is Max, and he's got a dance studio just really right down.
Yeah, I've seen so much Dancing with the Stars. I think I got it.
I'm ready for us because we've talked about this. You said once you hit this goal weight of whatever
that's why I've been eating like a fucking champ.
Oh yeah, right. No, you told me you didn't eat anything today, you damn liar. But I'm ready. I'm ready for it. And then we're going to have first class free.
I don't want you to feel bad though when I'm fucking dancing around you. Like the dance master.
Oh my God.
That
all
I
of a
am.
sudden PK's going to do the Rumba. They're going to be like, shake your shoulders.
Roomba's a vacuum cleaner. It's the rumba.
Wow. The
Should
more
be a
you
judge.
know. The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know.
Oh, thank you so much.
I can't wait for us to go. Here, can we do the Roomba, please? Sure. Would you like the dry one or the mop one?
It has been
What
crazy
the F are you guys watching? You guys watching anything?
I was like, yeah.
What are y'all
I was
watching?
like, PK, you know me. We were together all the time.
No, I'm not. Emily in Paris.
I have not watched it. And then people want to be like, what do we think about the finale? I'm like, I even got the first part of the third, series, halfway point. I don't know why they broke it up. Because it's 3 seasons, but it's part 1, part 2. I haven't envisioned part 1. Part 2 is supposed to be in Rome, I think.
Yeah, I won't get into that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Monsters on Netflix.
Good.
I wanted to see Monsters. Yeah. Wait, Monsters a little bit on the older side, or no? Am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of Monster, or the one where they tracking serial killers, or maybe that's something else. I swear I've heard of Monsters. And also, there's the one with Natalie.
Portman.
No. Who's Tom's ex-wife? She looked like an alien. Really tall, skinny.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman,
and
yeah,
that's
the alien.
what couples.
I want to see that show.
Something couples.
Yeah.
What is it? Couples theater? I don't know.
Oh, Monsters Inc. Oh, I've seen Monsters Inc. That's a great. Oh wait, do they have an actual? Are we talking about the movie, or did they make a TV show out of it? Because I would watch the hell out of that.
I've never seen any of it.
Monsters Inc. You haven't seen? Oh, we're
shockingly.
You love trolls. You love that.
Yes, everyone knows. Yeah. I'm a little puppy. I'm a little puppy.
Do you want to get out of here so we can play a little match too?
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right, so I'm going to give you 2 words, y'all, and then it's word association. So when you get the first word, just think of a word that you would respond with, and then you'll get the second word. Once you have both of your answers, drop them in the chat, and then I'll bring her back in. And by the way, I'm not picking the words this week. I'm trying to see if maybe I'm overthinking it and making it way too hard. So I put it into Claude. I don't know how to say her name. It's the AI. Claude? Anyway, she gave me 10 words, and in random, I'm going to pick pencil is your first word, And mountain is your second word. Pencil and mountain. All right? Take a second. Think about your answers. Drop them in the chat. We'll bring Denise back in and see what she does. Pencil and mountain. Come back in. Ooh, Jacqueline. Yeah, that's pretty good, Jacqueline.
Fast. All right.
Yeah, that's because
Turn it off my
I put
screen.
it in the AI earlier.
Oh.
Before the show started.
Okay.
Are you using the Chat GPT?
I had to use it for a few things today.
Yeah, I see you there.
Can
'cause
you,
you know
can you see what I look
yeah.
at? Please don't repeat it.
No, I won't. But
But
like,
have you seen what I used it for today?
yeah.
And
Hold on.
I'm like, oh.
Hold on. I'm not gonna repeat it, but like I didn't see today. I just sometimes I like put questions in there and then I'll look at because it shows you the chats on the left and I'm
because
like,
I try to
this
keep
isn't
I
mine.
try to keep mine like consistent, like within like the same because I have one and I keep trying to like ask questions on that same one so it doesn't ruin like yours.
Rub alternatives.
Oh, that
The
was
F? What are you OnlyFansing it? Something about caulk and hands?
that was you. That was you.
That was removing caulk from hands. That was me. Yeah.
I was like, which one's BK? Which one's DK?
I didn't actually. Oh, the strainer versus the colander.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
No. But the ones from today were a little.
It doesn't pop up. That's the last one that popped up.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
God. Okay, yeah.
You ready for your 2 words?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's go. Very doable today. Very, very doable. Your first one is pencil.
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 Eraser. God, what? Oh, number 2. Pencil. Pencil is yellow. Sharpen. Pencil sharpener. Why do I always feel stupid?
What are you thinking? What are you laughing? What are you laughing about?
I'm thinking sharpener. I'm thinking the color of pencil is yellow. I'm also thinking it's a number 2, pencil, but that's 2 words. So I'm going to lock in the word eraser or sharpener.
Which one would you like to go?
Eraser. You always have an eraser, but you need to sharpen. Lock me in for sharpener.
Okay. There you go. I have to play this for the 10 plus people that actually did say eraser. For those people. Hold on, let me get it loaded. For those people.
For those people.
Damn it, Denise.
Damn it, Denise.
Damn it, Denise. Damn it, Denise.
Majority of people said eraser. The people that said sharpener, you were playing with bootleg.
Yeah.
You're playing with Anita.
Nice.
And James.
All
so
right.
not as bad.
Okay,
Not as bad. Still more people said
It's not damn it,
eraser.
Denise. I got it correct.
Well,
The people in the car listening, they also will get it correct.
for the win.
For the W.
Looking for mountain. One word for mountain.
Climb a mountain. Mountain hood. That doesn't make sense. Mountain. Snow. Mountain. Hike. You hike. Lock me in. That's got to be it. Hike.
For the win. You're going with hike.
Correct.
For the win.
Damn it, Denise.
Damn it, Denise.
Damn it, Denise.
Damn it, Denise.
Oh, no.
Top would have got you the win. Now I'm going through everything. So Racer Valley.
Are you sure not one person
Sharpener,
said you
climb.
hike a mountain, y'all?
Nancy said paper and climbing.
Why don't you get out of here and go hike a mountain?
Holder top from Eric. Neck Everest. Ooh, that's pretty good too.
Oh.
Everest, yeah, from Brian. Kevin. Paper skiing. Yeah, eraser top. A lot of people said top over the mountain.
Mountain top.
I would have gotten with wood, so you guys, I wouldn't have done much better. So I'm just get that out of the way. Eraser Magic Pen Everest. Eraser
James
Ridge
says dew. Oh,
Mountain Dew. Oh, that's good. Yeah,
that
I wouldn't have
is.
thought that one though.
That's a great one though, James. Yeah.
And then a lot of people saying, "Damn it, Denise."
Oh, good God. Oh.
And that's from again the AI. So I think I'm gonna do that route. And all I do is just go. I'm like, give me 2-syllable words, please. So I'm going to do that because I feel like that's a little easier, and then I don't get to like overthink things.
I mean, Bootleg and I were close. He said climb. I said hike. We were on the same. You know what? We're very, very, very close.
I think Everest.
I think Bootleg knows me more than you know me.
I think I know that you're going to lose, so I know you pretty good.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say shit. Sorry.
Are you drunk already?
I'm not drunk. No.
Oh, you sound like you're a little drunk. Can I get
No.
the wine, please?
Yeah, I was going to say there's still like.
You can just hand me the bottle. You'd already.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
No.
What do we got coming up this week?
We have some friends coming into town, depending
still
on
coming? 'Cause the
Yeah,
storm,
I was like
a lot of
depending on
excuses
how
coming my
like
way.
how Hurricane Helene is coming up. But I know like a lot of our listeners, and like we talked about at the top of the show, in Florida and Georgia and the
Florida.
Carolinas.
Yo,
Yeah,
I want to.
even like
Who
Bama.
was it that lived in PCP, Florida?
We're visiting from
Yeah,
Panama
I
City.
wonder if we can call him when the hurricane
Joe,
hits.
yeah.
Joe,
Joe Hammond
email me, PK. What is it?
at pkndk.com.
Yeah.
How?
Email me, man, if we can call you when
Her-
that motherfucker hits.
Yeah.
I'd love to get some audio for next week's show. That'd be some shit.
Okay.
Or
but
send me some
how
videos and
about we
pictures.
just make sure that you and your family, since you're on vacation, are safe?
Sure.
And
Step
when
one.
you
Step
are
two.
Safe.
Fucking email me so I can call you, brah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you gotta go with the like that. Oh, of course, like I'm not wishing death on his family.
Her family. We're
Or
not.
her
it's
family.
Joe.
I'm just like,
J-O.
okay.
Joe.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm 9 out of 10 Joes are dudes.
That would be with an E. It might be Joanna.
Let's
calm down a little bit.
All right. Well, I'm just
Talkie.
saying. I'm looking
Talkie.
I'm
Oh
looking
my God,
for show
the best
content.
story that had to happen. Whatever
She's
that
not
just
drunk.
said. No, I'm really not. I'm just exhausted. There's a lot in my head. The best story that came was from producer Elia, who's currently, I don't think, like in watching this right now, but I wish you were, and if so, call. But watching some kind of video, and then all of a sudden, an old Playhouse video came up, and it was a video where PK back in the
Story
day,
sucks.
this Throwback Thursday, I need to find this repost for tomorrow for Throwback Thursday, if that's still even a thing. PK
It's not.
destroying his yearbooks, where people were calling PK out. Oh, always here. It starts with an E. Call Elia.
You already have the story. Just tell him.
I don't know the rest of it. I forgot. Call Elia. He's a producer for a reason.
Is he? I don't think he's a fucking producer.
I don't think I'm
Okay.
a co-host either.
No.
Oh my God! Then what are you? You just
The guy
run
that carries everything. The guy with the shoulders.
The guy that carries the show has to
that's
wait
the
90
guy.
minutes to pick up the wife from work, but I carry the show.
I didn't give you a hard time for that.
You kind of did.
I did not. No.
Sure. Taki.
Okay.
Taki.
All right. Enough of that.
Producer E. We call him.
Hello.
Hey, great. Like this, so excited that we're sharing this story. But
Well, it
also,
wasn't my idea.
I
It's
can't
mine.
even
I love
can't
it.
even delete it because it's not from my account. I don't even know whose account it is.
Can't wait to find
Yeah.
it.
I just all I can
strange
do is just
account.
like report it as spam and inappropriate.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just on YouTube listening to music, but because I watch this show every week and give it a thumbs up, I guess it made it in my algorithm, and it was like, you should watch this next. And I was like, what is this? And it was some random guy had uploaded a video 15 years ago of the Playhouse, and it was like a 10-minute clip of everybody, like all the, I don't know any of those people other than Ivan and I guess Tony, but everybody was looking through your yearbooks.
Yeah. I don't even know why I brought him in.
I don't either. I think Ivan had something to do with it because he was talking about like some prom pictures or something. I don't really remember. He was talking about some sort of pictures that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it was him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel bad because I was just telling you about it, but
Obviously, the clip is already online, so don't feel bad.
yeah. Well, I don't even know how to find it if I wanted to at this point. But yeah, in short, everybody was just ragging on PK because he used to get picked on so much in school, and then
and stuffed in
PK.
lockers. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, but
wow.
that wasn't mentioned in the yearbooks.
Oh, good.
But apparently that did happen. But PK didn't take it very well, and so then he started destroying his yearbooks, and he couldn't successfully do it. He first tried to like burn it, but it was too windy, and then he tried to put it in a shredder, but he broke the shredder because he put too many pages in it once. And then he threw it out the door, and it like hit a car close by. So like,
that high school
Ryan
is
just went out
cursed.
and got it and brought it back in. So, but it was pretty funny. Everybody was like, like everybody that wrote stuff in there, they were reading all the messages. Like a lot of kids would like write half of a message, and then they would just stop writing. And they're like, "Why did they all stop writing?" And they're like, "I don't know. This is so weird." And then some kid wrote like. He wrote something like weird, 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 weird. And then PK went back in with his own pen and wrote not in front of every weird or something. But it was pretty tough. PK was all mad. He was talking about he was going to fly there and go pee on the school because he hated it so much. So then it made me feel bad, because these years I was just kind of giving him shit. But I didn't really think PK got stuffed in a locker. But after that bit, I think he actually got stuffed in a locker.
I didn't get stuffed in a locker, motherfucker.
I don't know. I kind of believe it now.
Yeah, what the problem was is like I didn't get my first like real friend. No, I don't want to say real friend, but the first friend that like was like, "What the F are you doing?"
Yeah.
Until after high school. So like moving from Greece, it wasn't like my parents or anybody gave me any kind of guidance about like looks or behavior or it's like any of that stuff, So like, yeah, I was weird AF in high school until I got my first job and like other people. Instead of just picking on you, I guess, like at your job, like.
Isn't that so interesting to you? Again, like hearing this story, I am interested in watching the video. But then, like one of your first jobs, like what Schlotchkes, right?
No, that wasn't my first job. No, that was like in San Francisco. Rallies is when it happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then, how much longer from like high school to your first like on air job? It just is so.
Yeah, but it was even then. I mean, it was my radio career was cringe. The first like. It took me, I've always said this, I'm always like 10 years behind what the average person does in their life. Like I didn't drink until I was 26. Most people have their first beer at 16 or they sneak alcohol or, you know what I mean? Like I didn't, whatever it is, I always do 10 years later. And I think it's partly due because, I don't know, which is weird because now talking out loud, like you moved from Russia at what age?
7.
And how long do you think, like, if you go back to like, your parents like adapted you to, what you should be wearing or like, or maybe you just had the awareness to pick up on, because you sound like you had an awesome, like, high school and college experience.
Yeah, but I think that's with, I don't know, when did you get here? Like at 13 though, right? Like you were tossed 11. In like so you were like closer to, like I was a weird kid for a few years, but we were all really young. So like no one gave a shit. But then you were like a weird kid for probably the same amount of time, except people realized that you were a weird kid.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And also I was on top of that. I am a weird individual to where like I'm living in La La Land, most of the time. So I'm sure that didn't help either. But yeah, I distinctly remember like having, the first real like friendship and it was this dude that was like, "What are you doing? Like fucking don't do your hair like that." Or, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, oh, it seems so simple when somebody says it, but if nobody is there, like for instance, Denise, you didn't know to put deodorant on.
Oh.
And you would like wipe your BO sweat with tissue and hide it under your bed.
Yeah.
Until like finally somebody was like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
Like, you don't think of those things until somebody's like, "What the F are you doing?"
I know, and I lived in, the United States.
Oh, you posted the fucking link? Thanks a lot.
Did it?
I see you, says DK in the link.
Oh, shit. Who did that?
God. Anyway, yeah. Fuck that high school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Can we watch it for the last 10 minutes of today's show?
No, I don't know.
Oh, PK. It's part of you. It's on the internet.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to watch it. It hurt. It hurt me watching it.
Oh.
And I wouldn't want to. I was like, oh, that's tough. That's tough.
You love bringing it up at dinner.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but that was just because it was us 4 talking about it. I wasn't gonna like tell everybody about it because I thought it was rough, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly I did want to. I do remember that I wanted to pee on the building. I wanted, what my actual plan was to fly to Virginia Beach and then get like a limo and then like.
I think you want to cut out of yourself or something.
Yeah, it was a whole thing of like, and now looking back, even that's cringe because like, who the F am I? Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like if you go to the Indian River High School, like, Wikipedia page, it tells you, like, the most famous people that graduate from the high school. I'm no way fucking in the same universe. You know what I mean? Like, even that's cringe from this. So, I don't know. You grow up, I guess. All right, buddy. Anything else going on with you? What else is going on with you? Anything?
Oh no, just LIVIN.
Oh, great. Now Tony's calling. All right, let me grab Tony, but I appreciate you sharing that
Thanks
story.
for being a great friend,
see what he has
Producer
to say.
E.
Okay. I'll talk to you.
See ya.
Bye.
I bet Tony's the one behind posting this video.
Extra work.
Extra vacation. Where are you
What's
at?
up, vacay? Where you at? You in Mexico?
Dude, there's no time for vacations anymore.
Oh, right.
Got a mortgage and
You got kids.
responsibility and crap.
Yeah. Damn, I hear it in your voice for the first time. You all right?
We're all sick, man.
Oh,
Oh, no.
that's
Just head shit going around. Yeah, it sucks.
You haven't had any more skunks crawl into your house?
No, we think we got them to move on.
No, good.
We'll have some raccoons that pass by every once in a while, but
Yeah, I'm making friends. Yeah, with us. Yeah.
no, like quit using our backyard as a freaking highway, man. Go around, stay the hell out.
You don't sound good at all. What do you have?
Got the it's 3 letters and
Stop
starts
it.
with A.
That would.
I'm sorry, buddy. I had to.
I was just gonna. When you
4
said
letters.
what you wanted to do was to hire a limo, I wanted to one small correction.
Uh-oh.
You wanted to rent a helicopter and come in from the sky, big pimpin' PK.
That sounds about right.
Super successful radio disc jockey coming back to say, fuck you, West Virginia, whatever, hi.
Indian River.
I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you were gonna come in from a helicopter.
That would
as I
have,
remember.
looking back at it now, that
sounds about right.
that would have made it so much worse if I actually did that. Like at the time,
Look at you,
you know what I
look
mean?
at you now. Look at you now.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's so cringe looking back now. But at the time, I was convinced, bro. I was convinced. I'm like, yeah, F these people. This is going to be great.
And I mean, unfortunately, times haven't changed. Like having teenagers and kids that are in high school, like there's so many fucking assholes, like for no reason, that treat so many people like shit all the time for no reason. Like the world sucks. Kids are assholes. Period. It sucks. Like I don't know. It's a bummer when you have to hear those stories. So sure. It's great that you can look back and laugh at those times.
I wish we could do. Are you laughing? Or
Oh no, I
are
am. But I also recognize how difficult it is for some, not all, but for some kids. And I think that if we ever have a kid, I think that one of the biggest things to try to teach is for that kid to be a champion of like when they see something bad happening.
Yeah.
Because that's really the only kind of way. You know, you want to teach self-respect, respect and love, and and also like to look out for other people, because all it takes is one person to be like, hey, you're being a jerk, like leave him alone. That's all it takes from somebody that's semi-cool, and then you're fine. You know what I mean? Like, so, and also I know that you're saying that, that still happens, but I think that's just... Dude, that's just nature. Like, that's never going to go away. It's sad.
No, it's
part of it.
It's not. And it's probably exponentially worse with social media now.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
I can't imagine.
I couldn't. I mean, we're doing like social media because like this was posted 15 years ago, right? But but social media, you can post something instant. It's ever on everyone's phone, and everyone
I'm talking
gets.
about like, I could not imagine with kids talking S on there, and like especially girls, but also boys as well. Like, but and like
Tony, for you, like with your, with your kids, like how old, like, because everyone wants a cell phone, but like at what age are you like, okay, it's fine, I'm still gonna watch over everything that you're posting, but like, do you give them that? Because I remember I had like a pager or whatnot, like it was.
God, how old are you?
I'm so old. I'm in a museum, right? But honestly, like, is it 10, 12? 14? Like, what is it?
And then you monitor, and there's like an easy kind of like, how do you do it? Yeah.
This is extra challenging being that I'm no longer married to my kid's mom. So there's very different philosophies on that. And that's such a complicated answer. Like there's so many variables to that. Like, and one of the riskier parts in it is more in the anonymous stuff, right? Like Snapchatting.
That's I almost said that. I was thinking it. I almost said it. Yeah, like the stuff that you don't even realize is happening. And then,
Right.
you know, and then you, even from the kid's point of view, let's say you don't have Snapchat, you don't have a cell phone. You show up to school and everybody's laughing at you. You know what I mean? Like,
but also those can all be weaponized too. Like those can all be like destructive forms of social media, of, you know, whether it's shaming people who share pictures of themselves or something. Like there's so many dangerous things that can happen too, that it's eye-opening how much. And I do think that a lot of schools do a decent amount of informing kids about consent these days and responsibilities, but there's so much room to just fuck up, right? And then you can't go back from it.
Because it lives forever.
Right. It sucks. And you can do so much damage unintentionally, or so much like you can break the law on social media and not even know it, just out of naivety. So it's such a slippery slope. I don't mean to like not answer the question, but
see, I think here's the difference with kids, though. I think that, like, by the way, that slippery slope doesn't end, like, you know, when you graduate high school. Like, you know, there's stuff that we did on the Playhouse that, you know, you can go back and be like, oh, shit. You know, even like you sent me a video and you were like, yo, you should put this online. And then you watched the video and you were like, oh, fucking delete it. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't end there. Where it's extra concerning if you have and I don't even have kids, so I can't imagine what it's like for you, Tony. Like, but like for me, where it's extra concerning is that you haven't developed enough to know what life is at that age. So you honestly think when some shit happens, you think that this is it, your life is over, and then you have kids committing suicide because they don't, they can't comprehend that it will pass, that there is life after. Think about this, like at the end of high school, and this is, I think, universal, but did you ever have anybody telling you, you know, your high school friends, they're not going to be there later on in life? And then you laughed at them. Like, I know I had people saying that I always thought that those are going to be my lifelong friends. And I laughed at those people and I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. And here I am later on in life and I've never talked to those people and they were right. You know what I mean? Like, your brain doesn't comprehend that you have so much life left when something happens at that age.
For sure. And I think specifically, one of the things that is dealt with on a daily basis in all high schools, even middle schools sometimes, is so you said, PK, that continues as an adult. But here's one factor that you don't think of because you're not a parent of a teenager, is if a boy or girl who's 17 years old shares a naked photo of themselves. That's kiddie porn. Like, that's a crime if that continues to get sent or shared or anything else. That then you can be prosecuted for distributing child pornography, for sharing a picture that's shared with you by a 17-year-old. Like, it's so dangerous. Like, it's terrifying that kids can have no clue what the hell's going on, and then instantly just have this gigantic, serious wake-up call of, yeah, no, this is real shit. So, like, the social media side scares me so much, like, out of all of it.
Well,
you can do so much damage personally to yourself, to your college future, to any future. Like, you could have a felony on your record just by not thinking, right?
Right.
Because you don't know. You're still a kid yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
You know, I always thought to myself that part of making it to, like, later on in life is just purely luck. And I mean by, like, not getting into some kind of fatal accident on the interstate or doing because think about all the stupid things that we did. And I'm not just talking about high school. I'm talking about in our 20s, and I'm talking about on the weekends when we're not on the radio. You know, like think about all the stupid things that you don't comprehend, that now you have kind of like guardrails up, and a part of it is just luck that we survived. All of us survived,
100%.
But then on top of that, you're adding social media. You're adding, a kid having, getting, I don't know, keeping confidence, and I don't know how you do it. I don't even know how you find love now. Like if I didn't have Denise, like F that, like nobody meets at bars anymore and going up and talking to people. Dude, we went out with Denise's coworker, who was married for 22 years. Something happened, got a divorce, right? And was telling us about his like 3 or 4 dates. And I'm like, holy F that.
Be single for the rest of your life.
Like, are you kidding me? Like having to, it's just the whole, I don't know, that genie's out of the bottle, and there's obviously no going back. And I kind of feel like now we're at that like intersection with AI. That where the genie's coming out of the bottle, there's no going back, and it's great in the beginning.
Wow.
The social media was awesome in the beginning, like now look at it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Man, it scares me.
It's same. Ooh. Yes.
God damn, Tony. God damn,
with the
son.
real talk today.
Woo!
Don't have kids, man. That's how you stay rich. That's how you stay happy. That's how you avoid all this altogether.
Bro, you want me to send you my bank statement?
That's the best advice you'll ever receive.
But
going back to the yearbook thing, you know what the one thing that I think was so cringe now, and I was just like, why did I have it? Like, did you ever see that plaque that I had on my desk that said PK, the man, the myth, the legend?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did.
I look back at that.
It was very humble of you.
I thought it was
what a fucking
was that for real?
Because
I thought that was.
It was a joke, but even going back and looking at it, no, I never.
Yeah, right.
I just thought it. I don't know what I thought. I don't know.
You were that person. Yeah, here's the real truth. Yeah, I definitely thought I was a myth, man, legend. That's why I have legend on my arm.
Okay.
I have legend here. The myth is on this one. The man is on this one.
Hey, how about them Stros though, dude? They got. Do you have a prediction? Do you think they'll win the wild card series?
They clinched a playoff berth.
We knew that. There was 7 games. They had to win 1. Of course, they clinched that. I could have clinched that by just playing.
You didn't sound that confident yesterday.
No, I was no.
Thanks for keeping it honest, Tony.
You're one step closer. Real quick on Denise, yes. I know the answer to this. There's no way that PK came home and had this conversation with you.
Oh,
but we had a philosophical like kids conversation.
Okay.
When we were at the house over the summer when PK was up and stayed the night.
Yo, I thought boys talk, motherfucker. What the F?
No, this wasn't boys talk.
Oh, okay.
There was no privileged information. My advice to PK, which I would say my advice to you also.
Okay.
Because nobody ever told me anything about this when it comes to parenting. Mm-hmm. And it's in front of our faces, and it should almost be understood and a known fact by everybody. But I feel like it's so overlooked that when you realize this and hear it, it makes a lot of sense. That you, Denise, the way that you were parented and loved by your mom and loved by your dad and disciplined by your parents and raised and taught lessons or not taught lessons, or maybe your brother got away with murder and you were the girl and were held to a higher standard for everything. Now look at PK and understand who PK's parents were,
right?
And the punishments that his dad put him through of locking him in a room and writing down, copying the dictionary for a punishment of whatever. That if you guys are seriously considering having kids, please sit down and be open with each other about how you were raised, how you were punished, how you were held accountable by your parents, and find middle ground to where you both can agree on a path that's appropriate to raise good human beings. Because I promise you, if I threw 10 scenarios out there to each of you individually, you would have very different answers on every single thing based on your innate response to how you were parented or not loved or disciplined by your parents. And PK, I'm not trying to pick on you here, but your dad's hardcore, not American, gangster, and certain things. And some of this comes out in your personality, right? And you even said, like, shit, I'm turning into my fucking dad at times. That will come through if you're a parent as well. And you'll need to stop and have a come to Jesus moment here and compromise with your partner. And if you can't do that, don't fucking have kids. But you have to come to a greater understanding ahead of time. And nobody ever told me that. I'd never even heard the concept, but it's such an important thing that I think there's so much disconnect between husband and wife, or husband, like parents in general, whoever they are, that you just think the way that you were brought up and the way that you were disciplined is the way everybody is disciplined. And it's not. And then you start raising a child with somebody and you never discuss right, wrong. Like you guys you and Denise share a million things in common, right? But I promise you, the way that you would discipline a child for how they act in a situation, I would bet that Denise would be more prone to nurturing and PK would be more prone to be like, what the fuck did you do? Get in your room and fucking start copying down an encyclopedia right now.
I mean, that's an interesting point you say that, because even with Teddy, you know, our dog.
No, I'm playful with Teddy.
Yeah, but you do things differently than I get upset about. I'm like, he's 14 years old. He has stiff legs. Why are you tossing him up in the air and feeding him sour Skittles? Like, we get in arguments over Teddy. I can't imagine an actual, I'm not saying Teddy's not a human being or to that standard, but to be honest, like an actual baby that you bring in, like I appreciate you saying this. And now things are like coming out of my mind. And
I did bring it up because I thought that the most interesting thing that you said during that night in the backyard, and I thought it was so, because again, like you said in the beginning of this, nobody talks about this, is the fact that when you get with somebody, let's say they have kids, let's say they don't have kids, and you guys have kids together, it doesn't matter. Like, there's never the opportunity, or at least there's never really the need to talk about how you each would discipline the kid. So that conversation never comes up until that actually happens. And then you're like, yo,
you're like, wait, like opposite.
You're so over there and I'm over here. Like, I would think though, with like Denise, that no, I in any parent, I think any like decent common sense parent that's trying to do right, like yourself, Tony, right? I'm not talking about like the idiots that don't give a rat's ass about their kids. I'm talking about people trying, we each are trying to be better than our parents, no matter if you're the wife or the husband or whatever, you're just trying to.
I agree with that.
You're trying
it's a good goal.
Right.
It's a good goal.
So I think like even with Denise, like I know her, especially after 15 years. So I'm not saying that like you're right. 100% you need to have those conversations. I think 15 years in, especially with our relationship, I know that there's a middle ground of like, you're not copying the dictionary, but at the same time, you can't just have, you know what I mean? Like it depends.
But also you and I have never had these conversations either. So as Tony was saying, like things that he wish, that have been talked about that haven't been before. Like, no, you and I have not sat down and had this conversation. The only thing that we sat down and talked about was like, hey, why don't you go get your eggs checked to make sure they're not fried? I mean, you didn't say that. I had someone else who said that. But
who
you
said
get the
that
point.
now? No, but that's a great point.
That is a great point. And a
That's
lot of
a
people
thing
need to hear that.
That people just don't talk about. And I wonder how many relationships didn't survive that, because I can't imagine that that's the first time that happens. And then when something serious goes on, like, and then it's, you know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine what that's like to be.
And then if something happened to you as a child that you can relate to or empathize with as a child, whether it's something that happened at school or whatever it is, but your spouse didn't experience that or had like an opposite thing. And it, like, as an example, maybe PK, you didn't have a great relationship with your dad, right? You never felt close to him or anything else. And so you, to sort of overcompensate for that, are extra attentive to your child, trying to make sure that how you were parented doesn't happen to your child. Now, on the flip side, maybe Denise was able to take advantage of situations and get away with things and maybe manipulate situations to her advantage, and your child does this. And PK, you can say, hey, it's okay. Like the relationship with the kid, we can teach a lesson without having to do anything. It's really important for us to stay close. But Denise is like, hold on. We have to hold this kid accountable because we need to teach lessons to this child so they don't make further mistakes later in their, like, there's as
Okay,
much
let me ask
common
you this.
sense as you can throw into it. Or PK, you said to me, like, you're a good person who means well and whatever, but there's so much room for error outside of that. Like me, one of my biggest flaws as a parent is that I'm soft. Like I I am I want to give too many chances. I want to allow the kid to take whatever. And it's so hard for me. It is so hard for me to draw a line and say, sorry, you lost out. You're bad. You better make a better decision next time, and see that kid not be able to do the thing they were looking forward to. That is borderline impossible for me to implement.
Dude, that's so interesting because I thought that you'd be the strict person that's like, nope, because I know how stingy you are with like, especially back in the day, like let's say like money or something, like you had a computer or whatever. You're like, I'm not going to throw this away. I'm going to fucking rip them off on eBay. Like, I know how, you are. So that's so interesting for me to hear. Also, my question is, can you really have those conversations? Because it's one thing to say that if something were to happen, am I going to be the strict parent or are you? But when you're in that moment in time, you know what I mean? Like, can you really be prepared for that outside of just being two minded people that are kind of the same thoughts? Kind of.
I mean, you could workshop. We could come up, like, I could come up with 10 scenarios and pitch them each to you, and you could tell me the first thing that came to your mind. And
that'd be interesting.
See how similar or dissimilar
like,
they
give
are.
Give me one real quick.
Well, and also naturally, I think there's two ways as a parent. You're either going to be exactly like your parent or the exact opposite of your parent.
You think you don't think there's like little improvements that happen through time?
There's a ton of room in between, but I think by and large, you're one or the other, and not many are any different. But okay, what happens? What's something super controversial? Let's say, God, I need some time. Okay.
You want to do it next week? I'll give you a week to come up with a few scenarios.
I mean, I can. I should just think of something one of my children have done here.
Well, I would say don't do that just in case, like,
what's something a child has done that I know, mine or not?
And at what age? I think age is a pretty, because obviously, like, the teen years is like when it really heats up. Before that, you're, but also before that is when you really are teaching because at the end of the day, and I could be wrong, but at the end of the day, it's really about teaching the child to make it his own. It's about giving a moral compass to the kid. Like, there's always mistakes. Mistakes are going to be made no matter what, right? But the one thing that you can give them.
What's the goal? Like,
is like, hey, listen, when nobody's looking, when nobody's around, like the grocery cart
that I told you about?
Test or whatever. Like, when nobody's looking and you're walking to your car, like you see a grocery car or your grocery cart, do you take it to the stand or you just leave it in front of your parking space? If you just leave it there.
What have I always told you? You always.
No, you take it a step beyond. You're like such a goody tissue, front of the class,
I'm a
snitch.
Tissue again, yeah.
That you're like, well, get out of the car. She's like, I got to take this inside the store. No, that's the employee's job. I'm saying your grocery cart, when there's nobody looking, do you put it back? Do you put it in the stand, or do you leave it in the parking space? If you leave it in the parking space, I want to teach my kid to have a moral compass.
And I'm going to teach them to put it back in the actual grocery store.
It's my job, Tony, to keep our kid from getting beat up from bringing apples to the teacher and snitching.
There's nothing wrong with that. See, we already disagree.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's your scenario.
All right.
You guys have a child who is going on a field trip, big field trip. They've been excited for it. It's like an overnight thing, big trip, getting to do a bunch of fun stuff with their friends.
All right.
The morning of that field trip, your child gets caught stealing a candy bar from the store.
Oh, shit.
PK, what do you do?
I mean, no field trip. That's not a small infraction. That's, like if it's his first mistake and it's something simple, but that's stealing. I think my kid should know that stealing is such a no-go that no field trip.
It's for an activity with a group, and they're a part of a team.
Okay, so
that's great. People get benched all the time. You just got benched. Denise?
Denise.
Oh, great. Immediately, did they already eat the candy bar?
The fact you talking about? Who cares? They stole something. Shoplifting.
You are going back to that store and you're returning.
Well, we're
the
still
candy
doing
bar.
that, but he's still not going on
Yeah,
a
but
field
you
trip.
didn't say that part.
Yeah, he's still fucking going back for sure.
You're-
Is he going on a field trip, though?
There's gonna be
F outta here.
extra.
You kidding me?
Yes, they're going on the field trip.
Why? Who gives a rat's ass?
But you're letting down all of the other people of the team.
He let him down by shoplifting, and guess what? Next time there's a field trip, he's not going to shoplift.
I think this just sort of proves my point.
Oh, Tony, you son of a bitch. Tony.
And now all of a sudden you guys are on the same team all the time. There's this
Tony.
little pain in the ass causing conflict between you two, and then it's no longer PK and Denise on the same team. There's this third party in here that sucks all your money, makes you pick sides over everything.
Oh, there's got to be better things, Tony. There's got to be.
I mean, there is, but
Of
I see
course.
what you're
I
saying.
know,
It's
I
like,
agree.
and then it's slow,
I mean,
you know.
I don't agree, but
totally,
I understand.
Yeah.
So who's going to give in? Like whose punishment is more valid and why? And what happens if you guys don't even talk? And what happens if Denise, you're there, so you're like, all right, give me your cell phone. You're still going on the field trip. PK, how do you react after you don't get your way of your proper punishment when Denise already made a decision because you were at work?
Yeah, yeah.
Tony.
Being a parent, how do you, what's the solution? Or are you just saying this is a pretty good argument for not having kids, to be honest.
I was going to
You know what I mean?
I was going to say,
I think the solution to that would be if you're on the same page ahead of time and you're like,
I know,
listen,
but
we have to come to an actual understanding to where it's not right or wrong.
well, yes, but if it's happening right now, it's happening, the field trip's going on and it happened
I don't think you
10
should go on a
minutes-
field trip.
10 minutes before you're going to yank them out, and then all of a sudden, you're just going to yank them out.
Okay, what kind of crime would it need to be for him not to go on a field trip? What kind of level of infraction? That's pretty okay. You catch him smoking weed right before the field trip. Can he still go? You catch him PCP. Where's the line? We're not talking about, hey, I stayed up an hour longer playing.
I know, but is this the first
Fortnite.
time that something happened?
Shoplifting.
And if this is the first time that it happened,
Shoplifting
and
is
then
pretty serious.
It is serious, but what if
You
that's
catch
the
him
first
smoking
time
right
that?
before.
But what if it's the first time
You
that it
catch him
happened,
smoking
and then
for the
you're
first
like,
time.
you're never going to do this again, and we're going to call the cops? Like, that's what happened to me. I shoplifted, and I got in trouble with my
But
pound
did
puppies.
you get to go on the field trip?
I mean, I wasn't because I was, Christmas break. But I'm just saying, I learned my lesson very quickly because of what my parents both did. But if you're at work and I'm the one there and I'm the one saying that we're going to talk about this, when you get home,
That's different.
and then
At least
I'm just.
we're talking about if we're both there and then we're
But we're
having
not.
the argument.
We're not. You're at work.
You're
I'm
creating
there.
your own rules.
That's what Tony just said.
No, he did not.
Right, Tony?
You get to pick the punishment. You're the parent. Pick the punishment.
Let's just, I have a man brain, so we'll just go with mine.
Wrong.
And you got to make these decisions in real time, and you can't always consult, and you're not always going to agree. And sometimes one of you is really fucking wrong, and you're like, oh shit, I did not even think about that. That was not the right decision. Holy shit.
Here's the deal. If you let him go on a field trip, he's going to learn that there's no consequences. That slowly evolves until you're finally like, hey, listen, that's bad news. You can't date
But
that
here's the
person
thing.
because
Again,
they're
it's a
doing
field-
drugs.
it's a
And then
field trip
that's
with-
how you get stabbed in the middle of the night when you're peacefully sleeping after an episode of Dancing with the Stars. Your kid, no consequences. Like the two of them that shotgun their parents. That's how it happens. You
I'm
got to
just saying,
have.
again, it's a field trip. It's with a team. It's like with the school and everything. You can't pull your kid out of something that's
Yes,
involved
you
with the
can.
school. If you are doing
For
something fun.
shoplifting, 100%.
If all of a sudden you are you're going to
You're
laser laser tag or something, yeah, of course you're not going and you're grounded. But if it's something with school and like education wise,
You pull them right
that
the
is the
F out.
conversation that you guys are gonna have together, like after the fact.
Yeah, Tony, she's wrong.
See?
No fucking field trip.
So I'm gonna play the part of the kid. Denise, your mom, PK, your dad.
Okay.
Mom, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I screwed up. Please let me go with my friends. I'll never do it again. I swear. I'm so sorry. Don't let Dad take this away from me. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Shit.
What can I do? I'll do anything. I'll never do it again. I'm so sorry. Please, can I go on the field trip?
I mean, if you say I don't know. It's tough if you're with friends, but I thought it was something educational for school, but you're also going to be doing some kind of like.
Do you understand that does not matter? If the infraction is big enough, things get canceled.
It's for my band. Like, I need to be there for my band. Like, I know I screwed up. I don't want other people to have to pay for my mistakes. Like, what can I do to fix this?
Yeah, you hang out in your room, and then
And then you let everyone down, and then everyone's gonna
you let them down when you walked out of the convenience store.
But that was your very first time doing it, so you haven't had
at what point are we drawing the line that you can't go to be part of something fun? When you do something bad.
The second time.
It's shoplifting. It's not staying an hour.
Why? Were they hungry? Like, why are they shoplifting?
Why'd you steal pound babies?
Because I didn't have enough money to buy them. So, like, are they hungry? You wanted a candy bar, and your parents said you couldn't have it, so you stole it. So
you're the problem with the country, Denise. You're the problem with the country.
God.
You're the problem. No bail bonds. You're the problem with the country. There's no consequences. You fucking go rob a bank. Oh, you know what? Go. You just killed somebody drunk driving. Go ahead. You just hang out at the house until your court date. You're gonna kill some more people. You're the problem.
Oh my God! You're pointing out. Tony, what did you start? Now PK's sleeping downstairs.
Yeah,
different
Tony.
room. Way to go.
I can't have a kid with her, bro.
No kids. We're divorced.
Jesus.
Thanks.
I'm just saying, PK, to your point of people who are good humans trying to raise good people can still have very different ideas of proper punishments and proper parenting techniques, and it's fucking hard.
I can't imagine. I mean, yeah.
You can't imagine.
I can't imagine it being easy, but like that, again, I think what's great, what's interesting about this is that this is an area that people never talk about. People never talk about it. They never sit down and be like, hey, how would we? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, in the scenario you gave me, I'm correct. She's wrong. But like, you don't have those conversations.
Denise,
you didn't hear me out loud, but if you can watch my lips, you heard a few.
You gotta raise a criminal, bro.
So after the fact, Denise, do you still stand by your punishment? And PK, do you still stand by your
100% I do.
Now that we've had a discussion,
100% I do. Yeah, he shouldn't go, or she shouldn't go.
Denise, you can't get a hold of PK. He's unavailable at work. You need to make this decision your own. Even though we workshopped this out, maybe you talk to your best friend, ran a couple of pluses and negatives.
Oh, that's the problem.
Does she get to go on? Does she get to go on the field trip or not?
Again, is it field trip for like educational purposes? It's not like a trip to go to a movie to have fun.
Who cares? Have you ever been on a field trip, period?
Yes. I think that it's a good learning and bonding experience.
It's always fun.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have fun after you shoplifted. That's not a slap on the wrist. That's pretty serious. You gotta learn.
It's a band trip with like it's with your class, and sure, there's fun things that they get to do.
It's always fun.
Performing in a band.
What field trip have you ever been on that wasn't like, oh, I'm fucking going on a field trip? Ever. You could do the most boring thing ever, and it's a fucking field trip.
Denise, easy question: field trip or no field trip? Yes or no?
Field trip.
Raising
criminals.
Criminal, bro. I'm gonna call her Soros, or what's his name? You're the problem. You're the problem.
PK, you are your dad.
What do you mean? No, I wouldn't lock
dad.
I wouldn't lock him or her and make him write all these things. I would just say that this is such a serious infraction that you don't get to go.
But how
because that's a conversation
it's the first
by then, let me answer the question, by then they would know. That's my job before they're stealing to instill some kind of moral compass. Do the right thing when nobody's looking. That's your job as a parent. That's your job.
But you can do that by instilling them about like saying like, yeah, you're gonna, yeah, and then the conversation happens, not like with all of the kids that are depending on somebody. Because again, you said it's a band trip or whatever, and everyone's depending on you.
Who cares?
You're going to
when
take
you're a
them
quarterback,
aside. When it doesn't matter about quarterbacks
no, it does.
or whatever.
It does.
If you're going
Nick
to
Saban
take them,
pulled his QB or whoever because like he had a bad attitude. You have to show by you get
have
pulled.
to lead by example.
You
Sure,
get pulled.
But Tony's question was, this is the first time that it happened. And this is when it
yes.
happens. And so you take that as an example and you sit them down with both parents or whoever. Like a lot of times people don't have the luxury of both parents being like, this is what's wrong and this is what we're going to do to figure it out. Like when I stole and had to go back and it still obviously is in my head, go back and
you didn't know you were doing something really bad when you stole?
I was
deep down inside, you didn't know.
Yeah,
you're
I did.
pretending right now like, oh, you knew that it was bad.
Of course, I
So
knew that.
you shouldn't go on a field trip.
I
So you
hid it.
shouldn't go on a field trip because you knew deep down inside, you knew. Boom.
Oh my God.
Oh, I hate being right, bro.
I'm not saying that. It's
Yo, Tony. Woo! Tony, you need me to come raise your kids? I got you, bro.
I got a couple you can borrow if you want to.
I can't wait
No, sir,
until
I can't imagine.
all of the kids then hate PK. And as PK, like the last time PK had a conversation with his dad was months ago. Meanwhile, I was like, yeah, PK, your dad's fine. He's in Singapore,
my
Malaysia,
dad wasn't
and all
around.
this. I understand, but I'm just saying,
He
like,
did some great things for me, but he wasn't around all the time. There's a whole difference between that and being there every day to try to instill what's right and what's
I understand that
wrong.
you always say be there every
and you're
single
not
day.
gonna
And
guess what? Go back to what I said earlier when it comes to bullying, right? It takes one kid to stand up for the kid getting bullied, right? You're not going to raise that individual to stand up for other kids
you know what?
if he's shoplifting. By then, he should know.
By one time you had an incident that happened and somebody has to correct you as an adult to being like, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but what you're doing is not correct.
Yes.
And you have to have that. And you have to have that conversation
instead
and
of
still
just
it. And
saying
that is the important thing. And once you have that conversation, then you're like, you put that fear in them and you're like, oh my God, I disappointed somebody. I made them really upset. I'm never going to do this again. I understand my consequences. I have to physically go back and pay there. Maybe I have to go sweep floors or do whatever. So to pay like my punishment back, but I will learn. I will never do that again. But I'm also
But
not
first,
going
I'm
to
gonna
let
go
my
party
team
on a
out.
band trip.
Oh my God, it's not partying. It's
You're
also
right.
letting your other people down that you are a team of. And
You're
then
right.
that also
I don't
want to
let
as
other
a
people
kid.
down. You're right. I don't want to let other people down.
So you do
I
that
would
as a
say-
parent. You're not all
like-
as a
I like
team
where you're going.
shoplifting. No, you don't. You're being sarcastic.
I love where you're going.
I'm gonna hang
not
up the
teaching
headphones.
any kind of lessons.
All right, Tony,
Go
thanks.
party. In fact, go steal on your band trip because obviously you're on a band trip. Who gives a rat's ass you just stole? No, you have a whole new town to steal in.
How about this is a conversation that you have with them, just one-on-one or one like
Because
as,
they're kids.
as a parent. Yes,
You had
and
to decide. Also, parents. Now, I'm saying this without kids, and I have to imagine it's different when you have kids. But parents don't know how to parent anymore. They don't know how to say no.
Okay, really? Tony's
Everything
the one
is a
that's on
yes.
the line right now that
Tony,
is talking to us, and
I'm
you're totally
obviously-
over talking him.
Tony-
and Elia's in the chat, and you're over speaking him too.
First of all, Elia has a toddler. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Not
talking
quite.
about like
1-year-old,
the
not even.
parents that don't know how to ever say no or discipline their kids because everything is always yes. That's the problem. That's the problem with talk to any teacher. That's the problem.
That's what you
It's a
said, but
major
again,
problem.
You don't have the actual like expertise about like dealing with that on the
Yeah,
daily.
it's called fucking common sense. I got expertise. Whoa, Tony, you started some shit, son.
I mean, it's good to see that you guys are right on the same page, and
Yeah.
and conflicts with having a child will not be a problem for you guys.
Oh, no, son. Oh, no, what'd you do?
Yeah. All right.
Dude.
So we were thinking about getting another dog. So that probably is going to happen
I'm gonna
first.
get one of those little
Which one?
Shiba Inu. What's the weed dog from earlier on the show?
Go,
Buddy.
You know what? I just saw it the other day. My new favorite dog, and so
Which one?
I like animals, but I don't have to have animals. Like, I'm not obsessed with animals.
You already got
I'm
skunks.
gonna like, I can take animals or leave animals. I appreciate animals, but I don't have to have one. But I saw a dog the other day that had the best personality in the entire world. I had to ask the lady what it was. I loved the dog.
What is it?
Yeah.
I sent my wife a picture of the dog, and I said, I love this dog. Great personality. It's so great. It's a mini Australian Labradoodle.
Oh.
And
Huh.
what my
I'm
wife
looking it up.
heard, what my wife heard
Aw.
was,
It looks like
we're
a giant
getting a
Kiki.
second dog. Tony
Oh.
wants a
Oh,
dog.
no.
It looks like a giant Kiki.
Yeah, you can't have those
Yeah.
conversations with a wife, bro.
Yeah, no, I'd be ready
Dude,
for
we
it.
walked by one of those one of those rescue things.
Yeah, miniature.
And we already had some wine, and I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, I try to get her away from that.
Well, I know, but then the one like ate me like Teddy did. So I'm like, no, not this time.
Wait, so did you end up getting a dog, or are you now getting another dog?
For like the last 3 days in a row, my wife keeps sending me links, and she keeps saying she has already found a breeder, and I go, babe,
you're Dunsky.
I go, babe, let me look at the text. I said, I love this dog. It's a great dog, great personality. I never said I want another dog.
Oh yeah, no,
And
no,
she's
I forget that
She's
part.
like, you were saying the words without saying the
You're
words.
done, son. You're getting another dog. You got another dog coming.
Today, her idea was no Christmas presents. We'll just get a dog for the family.
I think that's sweet.
Oh,
But the dogs are. I was. This dog pulled on my heartstrings for some reason.
I'm gonna have
It was
to.
just so
I'll do some
cute
research on it.
playing. Yeah,
Because
super
I
cute.
I was thinking about what's the
Because it's like 4 breeds, so it's
But wait, I thought-
Australian Shepherd, but mini, and
No,
then go back
it's-
up, and it's a
it's-
Labradoodle, so it's a lab
It's a mini
and
Australian
a poodle.
Labradoodle.
It's like 4 breeds in one.
It's not an Australian Shepherd,
Okay.
even though it's in the name, but it is.
Okay.
It's a lab, it's a poodle, and it's a
Tiny one.
some kind of oh, I forgot what it was now.
Click
But,
on the one that's the middle
some
one.
kind of
PK, that
terrier,
says
but
mini,
like,
what is it?
what's
a terrier of some type to like mellow it out, because poodles and labs can be a little hyper, but the third breed like mellows it out,
I'm
so
sorry,
it's
they
like a
look like-
super chill.
It looks like a Kiki.
And they're like 20, 22, 24 pounds.
Oh my
28
God.
pounds,
Yep,
something like that.
There we go. Kiki, it's been 2
No,
years.
no. What did I want? I
R.I.P.
wanted
Keeks.
the Queen's dog. What do I want?
Corgi.
A corgi, yeah, son. Oh, fuck with a corgi for sure.
Ah.
The loaf of bread.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, isn't that what your parents have? F that. No.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go with Tony's dog.
All
hey,
right.
listen. Before I let you go, we got to wrap the show up now. It's in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Even though we're like 2 hours late, so I guess whatever.
Sorry, someone
but
had to work.
I
You
did
gotta
want to
say it
say, as I get closer to the Astros, hopefully, God damn it, if they don't win, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. But anyway, even the possibility wouldn't have been, possible if it wasn't for you. So I don't know how many ways I can say thank you for that, because you didn't have to, and I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Don't suck. Don't screw it up. This may be your one and only chance.
Fuck,
and you
Tony!
could bury yourself forever and ever if you don't do it right.
Eminem
So,
said it.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Eminem too. You have one chance, one
I immediately
opportunity.
regret thanking you for that, but
Thank you
yeah.
for joining us tonight, though.
Thanks for yeah.
And also, like, get out of your own head. Like, it's so ridiculous to me, the things that you get scared about when it comes to like saying the wrong thing to something for work or anything else. Like, Denise, this man drives me crazy. He'll be like, hey, he's like, hey. So let's say it's Monday. He's like, hey, should I reach out to this person? I go, yeah, here, say this. He's like, okay, cool, thanks. 4 days later, he'll be like, so I still haven't sent that email. I was rewriting it again for like the 5th time.
Jesus,
and
PK.
I'm afraid it's not going to come out right. And I know like this could be my only shot. So I don't want it to be wrong. And I'm like, just fucking send the email.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, stop thinking. Stop.
I don't
thinking.
know how to. I'm trying to not
Stop.
think. I'm trying
Stop.
not to.
Get off the Adderall. Calm down a little
Stop.
bit.
Oh,
That's what
my
it is.
God.
That's what it is.
Oh my God.
all right. Well, I love talking to you both. I'm gonna go sleep on the couch now and find some peace in my life.
Aw, Tony,
right,
thank
buddy.
you for joining us.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the call.
Good to talk to you.
Take care. Get better.
Love you guys. Oh, and hey, so if the playoffs started today, the Astros would play the Detroit Tigers. Houston is a 3 seed. Detroit is a 6 seed. So Houston would be favored to win.
Fuck yeah. Let's go Detroit. Rock City.
No, let's go Houston, you idiot.
No, but I want them to win so they can get in so we can
No, we
smash
want
them.
Houston to win. They're
Houston's
playing
already in.
No, they're playing the.
Listen,
No,
Houston's
I
already
wasn't-
in.
He didn't listen to me at all, didn't he?
I know.
shit.
Trust
Go
me.
ahead, Tony.
I know. I know this. I know this.
I said
I know.
if the playoffs started today, Houston would play Detroit.
Okay.
Houston would be favored. They would just need to win 2 out of 3 games, and then they would advance to the next round, and you would get a couple days of work.
Fuck yeah. Ow.
What'd you do?
Hey, hey, that's how it starts with 2. All right, let's calm the fuck down. Also, who do you think is gonna be?
Who do I think what's going to be?
You think it's gonna be Detroit? That's gonna, because Houston's already in, so now I just gotta wait for 3 more games to be done or whatever. And when does it start? When should I start watching them again?
October 1st.
Next week.
Right around the fucking corner. Oh, God, I hate this. This is the worst, Tony. This is the second time in my life that, so much depends on just, a team winning. And, you always root for your team because you're like, I have pride in my team. Shut the F up, okay? Yeah, you've been following them since you were a kid. There's nothing riding on that shit unless you probably put a lot of money down betting on these websites. But that's on you.
You just
I didn't ask to bet, and I'm betting.
on your job.
Fucking Astros. Come on. All right. I had to get that out of my system.
All right, Tony.
All right, buddy. Hey, all right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we'll talk
What
to you
could go
later.
wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
There's no way this turns out bad for you, PK. It's all good.
Oh my
Don't
God,
worry
stop
about it.
saying that. All right, and on that note, before it gets even worse, thank you everyone for joining
Love you, buddy.
us.
We'll talk soon.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. All right, and love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Next Wednesday we'll be back.
We will be
around
back.
7:30, maybe 9:30, 9:45, 10:15. Nobody really knows, but we're gonna go for 7:30.
I think 7:30 sounds fabulous.
7:30
We'll see you
sounds
guys
good. We'll see you
then.
then. Bye.
Bye.
Oh crap! I didn't have it up. All right, bye.
It's the PK and DK Show. Catch us live weekdays at 5 Pacific, 7 Central, or at pkanddk.com with replays, podcasts, vlogs, and more.
I actually leave, and I'm not gonna say it again. Bye, 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 bye. Stop. Bye. I'm on the street. I'm telling you, goodbye.
Miss, we're on a
Goodbye.